bisa jago, kadang-kadang mereka wow karena emang yang cukup unik ya di awal season kelihatannya kayak ini tim kayaknya bakal jadi biasa aja terus tiba-tiba mereka naik perlahan naik terus tiba-tiba mereka jadi juara.
Story-nya kayak waktu si Bustio masih di IG ya.
Iya,
betul. Kan persis loh. Soalnya kayak pas di awal seasonnya kayak biasa aja. Tapi habis itu menuju makin deket ke Champions kok jadi kencang banget gitu kayak sprint tiba-tiba ya kan. Dan bicara soal Peprex sama si Jitu sebenarnya sih lebih ke arah ini kan Peprex sudah dapetin formnya yang mereka bentuk dari bertahun-tahun yang lalu kan, dan kayak balik aja ya ini Peprex ya biasa kita tahu gitu. Sedangkan dari Jitu ya Jitu emang kuat tapi kita nggak tahu juga ya kan apa yang mereka siapkan untuk hari ini karena ini playoff hari kedua ya, meskipun ini sistemnya double elimination lu masih ada double bracket tapi ya tetap perlu menyiapkan sesuatu lagi mengingat lawannya nih Peprex. Tapi Peprex sendiri gue ngelihat kadang-kadang meskipun dia konsisten tapi ada momen-momen playernya itu juga masih ada yang inkonsisten gitu. Memang kalau misalnya kita ngomong Peprex, layernya banyak banget, semua bisa nyala dan sekalinya mereka berlima nyala itu ngeri banget. Tapi kadang-kadang kan ada juga momen kayak si something first half bener-bener gak nembak sama sekali. Terus bisa juga nanti di second half baru ngekill sana sini. Tapi ya itu mungkin bisa jadi variabel yang dimanfaatin sama si G2-nya.
Ya ngelihat Peprex yang sebenarnya apa ya, kalau ngomong Peprex nyala nggak nyala tuh lebih ke arah lu kalau nonton Peprex, kalau Peprex nggak nge-throw tipis-tipis ya lu nggak nonton Peprex sebenarnya. Kayak ya itu yang akan terjadi di match Peprex, lu nggak mungkin bisa melihat Peprex full mainnya disiplin itu nggak akan terjadi.
Karena tim ini kan sangat memainkan, mereka tuh punya apa ya visi yang istilahnya high risk high reward banget lah. Mereka tuh berani ngambil resiko selalu di pertandingan apapun ya, namanya high risk high reward. Lu nggak selamanya dapat high reward. Lu dapat kadang-kadang lu dapat risknya doang nih. Jadi beberapa kali lu dapat risknya doang dan ya itu emang menurut gua playstyle-nya mereka dan itu emang yang bisa mereka lakukan dengan 5 pemain ini. Kalau lu punya 5 pemain kayak gini, lu bisa main high risk high reward. Kalau misalkan lu punya pemain-pemain kayak gitu, ya mainnya style Amerika banget, adaptasi segala macam dan kita bisa ngelihat kemampuan dari Peprex buat adaptasi itu sebenarnya di Grand Final VCT Pacific waktu lawan Genji. Itu kelihatan banget Genji bener-bener hard counter abis-abisan cara main Peprex, semua choke point dijaga sama Genji deny semuanya. Tapi mereka masih nemu leeway-nya, mereka masih nemu cara untuk masuknya. Jadi di sini yang bakal diuji adalah gimana nih Jitu, mereka kita tahu Amerika sangat adaptif permainannya, mereka fluid banget mainannya, cuman mereka bisa secepat itu nggak ngatasin Peprex yang sekarang juga udah mulai bisa adaptasi cepat on the spot gitu loh. Ya,
dan itu juga sebenarnya kan berpengaruh dari duelist ya. Dan kalau misalnya kita bicara soal dua duelist dari masing-masing tim, by statistik udah jelas Jing itu di atas si IC, meskipun perbedaan agent yang mereka pakai itu cuma 1 kali doang, sama-sama pakai res gitu karena. Cuman perbedaan playstyle sih yang gue rasain dari si Jing itu kan tipenya yang benar-benar berani buka banget kan ya. Pokoknya udah kacamata kuda sih. Oh, ada selah buat buka. Aku mau maju guys. Udah. Sedangkan kalau si IC gue ngelihatnya dia masih bikinin teman-temannya juga. Oh ini teman-teman gue siap backup gak ya? Ini kalau gue buka nanti efeknya apa enggak ya? Gue sih ngeliatinnya kayak begitu sih. Yang mungkin pada akhirnya statistiknya jadi agak sedikit berbeda toh.
Iya ini udah jelas lu kalau ngeliat Jing IC sebenarnya ini udah jelas data statistik semuanya udah ada di Jing, dari segi entry, tembakan semuanya itu emang ada di Jing. Cuman
giliran gue bisa
ya
yang lain kagak bisa.
Terlihat bisa perform, bisa ngelawan beberapa tim kemarin di Swiss Stage. Cuman kayaknya buat ke Peprex harusnya sulit, apalagi tukang cebok kayak Peprex sih handal nih.
Kenapa fotonya Aron kayak gitu sih?
2024.
Ini tukang cebok kayak Peprex sih handal banget coy. Main freak. Iya, main freak dan ya sama Davai lah biasanya tuh.
Tahun kemarin Davai, tahun ini
tahun ini main freak ya. Nah, ini tukang cebok handalnya Peprex yang kalau teman-teman yang maju ya terserah lu maju, dan kalau lu perhatiin main freak nih memasuki tahun ini tuh kalau lu cek di mic checknya Peprex itu dia tuh terlihat sangat ingin menang tuh, sangat serius biasanya.
Dan lagi prime juga gak sih?
Iya.
Lu ngerasa tembakannya makin sakit gak sih?
Ya, dari tahun lalu sebenarnya gue selalu bilang ini kenapa dia minta maaf gini sih posisinya?
Iya kan, udah minta maaf gitu dah.
Lewat. Nah, ini adalah most improve player ya menurut gue dari 2023 kalau kita bandingin waktu masa-masa awal main freak, kelihatan kalau lu bandingin sama sekarang ini kayak dua pemain yang berbeda. Sementara kalau lu lihat dari G2 ya ini ada Valin, tapi kalau emang
gue nyoba pakai yang luar negeri ada nggak ya?
Iya, 1v1 percentage-nya lebih tinggi Valin. Itu artinya lebih banyak momen 1v1 situation yang dihadapi sama G2 menurut gue. Karena kalau kita lihat Peprex
guys. Nah ini aja. English habit ya. Iklan.
Come back and have this rematch, I think is really proof of the resiliency and the growth of this team. Because people are going to look at Paper X and say, this is one of the favorites to win the tournament, and discount G2 in this match. But I actually think their style plays really well into a disruptive team like Paper X, and I think they have it in them to find an upset, especially if the map pool is good for it.
Yeah, exactly. We still need to know how they're going to do in this event. I think that yesterday what happened with Fnatic and Gen G. Yeah, Gen G are looking unreal, but especially on those later in the later maps.
Yeah.
It was a little bit lackluster. You were like really like all this rest and everything to then come in at this point you choke like this.
5 menit lagi guys menuju match
I think that with G2
matchmaking.
in particular, it's going to be, no matter how you slice it, it's going to be a struggle, right? Paper X is a
GG,
really talented team, and
G2,
G2's got their work cut out for them. But earlier on, though,
Gitulah.
Mika checked in with the IGL of G2 Valen to hear his thoughts. Let's
G2.
go ahead and check out what he had to say.
Hey Valen, what's up? Looking very cool today. I like the shades. Now this is an interesting match because when we last saw you on an international stage, it was up against.
More prepared this time, so I'm excited to see how it goes.
All right, well, best of luck. Keep rocking the shades. All right.
Valen, if you don't rock the
Keren,
shades
anjing.
to the stage, disqualified,
Anime,
okay?
anjay.
Disqualified right out of the gate.
Tiny.
But there is something he did say there that was very interesting. Prepared. That was the word that he was throwing out a lot. And we just talked about how you can't really prepare for Paper X, but I do think that if there's one player...
I think you can.
Okay, go for it.
I think you actually
Show your
can
work.
prepare for Paper X. I think the biggest thing that people kind of think about this team is that their style is really disruptive. I think once you've played them that first time and you kind of realize what it's mentally like, I think it's not so that their ideas and strats are super unique and uncounter-stratable. I think they just kind of take teams by surprise, and then you get a little overwhelmed as an IGL and the game starts slipping. I don't expect that to happen today. I think a lot of their ideas, you can kind of look ahead. Hey, they like to do this default to take space forward in this area of the map. It's a lot of set stuff, but it's a lot of set stuff that they will run repeatedly. And if you're an IGL like Valen, who is really good in that prep department, who always comes in with a great game plan, I think there is a world where they can get a leg up here.
Yeah, but if you look at it from the other perspective, like when was the Iceland? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
The amount of matches that this core has gone through to even get to here, like that is a distant memory. Yes, of course, the sense of wanting revenge, it has to be definitely there, but many things have happened. I think that the preparation is more about the growth in a team, adapting to any opponent, making it the best out of any kind of series that you win, actually getting the victories under your belt. So you know what it is to go to an international stage, to lose, but you also know now what it is to win.
It means you won't crumble like you did
Exactly.
last time.
Yeah.
And that's really where Paper X gets teams, right? It's really more, I think, about mental resiliency to beat this team. When they pull off that crazy round, when Jing does something ridiculous, having the resiliency to just reset and go into the next round is important, and I think G2 has that.
We saw G2 do that, literally.
Yes.
We saw them do it in the Swiss stage.
I mean, they got 13-1, turned it around,
Let's
won the
go.
series.
Yeah, man. I mean, look,
Alright.
anything's possible in this game. We've been covering it for so long. That's just the thing I've taken away from it. Now, let's go ahead, though, and see the results of our MasterCard fan poll. Earlier, we asked you which duelist was going to pop off, have the biggest ACS, and wasn't even a contest. Jing just completely
Jing
so
on
close.
top,
Jing was 66.1%. I can read. Not shocking. Well, actually, a little shocking. Because Kong's on the poll, and I really thought that people would pop off for Kong.
But the APAC fans use Twitter. The Chinese fans don't as much.
Oh.
There's always a way to make it fraudulent.
there's
Right.
Well, no, it's just you have to put those
It is,
things
it is,
in
it is.
context. In context, it's daytime in Asia right now, and a lot of Jing fans use it. And also, he's goated,
I mean-
and he is going to be
He's
the
goated
player
on
with
the
most
sticks,
ACS
dog.
Many
today.
people have been waiting for this, right? Especially after the stage. Now they get the seed 1. Come on, it's time to see him play.
Oh, Baby Bay joined me. I thought it would be the only one.
PRX-nya banyak banget.
Here's the
1, 2,
predictions
3,
from
4,
our
5,
talent
6,
for
7,
today.
8.
He's
Gila.
straight to it.
zone one today.
Oh, yeah, I mean, my guy's off the
And he's going to be so right. He's going to be so dry. I'll buy him a drink if this is correct.
I am actually really curious what I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. I do feel confident in G2 going into today, but I did pick them because I'm sticking to my guns that G2 is going to make top 4, and that's my hot take.
I don't think it's unreasonable.
I don't think it's
unreasonable in the
Depends
slightest.
also on the veto. Like there is
lu
many
nggak
things
keberisikan
coming
kan,
into
Di?
You guys still don't think it was a hot take, you know?
I thought it was a hot
Keberisikan
take,
tuh
but the
pindah
more
aja.
I've watched G2 and the more I've thought about it, the more I've believed in this team.
Ah, love it, love it. All right, well.
I also think Paper X, they play a couple maps where they're doing like solo Sky, double duelist still, and I really think those
solo
comps
control
limit
in
your
some of the
options.
maps,
Yeah, I feel like if this gets into a drawn-out affair and Valen can really work his default the way he
Exactly.
likes, so he can really take advantage of those comps.
There is preparation, and with Paper X, I feel like it's always the same. They either go super static default, things are not working, we just send it. That's it. That's them.
Well, we broke it all down. Hopefully you guys are satisfied because we're about to start this bad boy. You got Paper
Let's
X
go.
versus G2.
7,
EDG taking
6,
on Team
5,
Heretics.
4,
Day 7 of
3,
Master
2,
Shanghai starts
1
right now.
and go. Let's go. Ring. Omen. Control Jet. Glory. Devo. Beach. Riot Games. Anjing anime, Cok.
It's you and me.
成为冠军一直是我的梦想，当无畏契约出现时，我知道这或许是我梦寐以求的机会。
I'm really proud of myself because it's an international event. I was watching it when I was younger, when I was 15. So I'm just playing here and dropping 70 in 3 maps.
Isor's got a really nice spot. Was anyone gonna give him the target? Oh, but now he's giving his position away. Now he knows where he is. Meanwhile, Moon on the other side with 4. Isor drops one. Can he 1v3 to close this out? No! The ace for Woot! Insane!
Anu tuh hilang. Karakter tuh hilang.
我会全力以赴，精进技艺，力求完美。
Kang
Hello?
he bragged 2 times. He's strong,
Hello?
I know, but we will see in the match. I can just feel crisp and kill you all. So just be careful.
With Valorant, I found my calling. My goal is to be unpredictable. Always changing tempos. Go fast when they expect me to go slow. Go high when they expect me to go low.
Boo's gotten Heretics that much closer than their 9th round. Oh wait, down to P in 1v3, all staring at elbow. Benji Fish will fall, make it to an ace to potentially close the map. Can he pull it off? They're both right there. The spam onto the first, they're both weak. He's gonna connect it all! And Joe to P aces his way to take G2 to playoffs!
Honestly, I wanted to win this game extremely bad, and that's what we did. I want to play at my best and be the best team that I possibly can for my teammates. Especially for Icy, it's his first event ever, his rookie year. I just want him to experience being on the big stage.
Now that Jing is back, W Gaming is back to work, we feel complete again.
Since you chose us, you better be very prepared, because if you lose, we're gonna air you out on Twitter.
Wow. Oh my god. Anjir. Mana Jason? Ah, itu dia. Let's go.
Here we
Ini
go.
dia.
PaperX versus G2, our second day of playoffs, and it's going to be a clash of styles. You're going to have the G2 heavy prep work versus W Gaming on PaperX's side. You couldn't have asked for a better way to kick off our day here, Mimi.
The last time we saw this match, G2's core was a young team. It was their first international event. They got eliminated by PaperX there. But now PaperX has picked to play them in the playoffs, and they have a chance to make an upset happen. And as we look at the maps, we're starting off on 2 maps back-to-back where PaperX is playing into these double duelist comps.
I love the fact that Split is going to be the first map. We know that PaperX didn't play it a lot in the region. They didn't even get to play it until the grand finals. They left it open as a 3rd map time and time again, but they never got to that point. And Lotus being the 2nd one there with the solo control. And again, as you say, in the double duelist for PaperX, there is some preparation that can be done here, and things are looking better than I expected for G2.
Yeah, with limited options to reclear space on the mid round, this like solo sky double duelist comp on both these maps for PaperX is really going to be reliant on opening gambits to take a ton of space early off just like one piece of sky util and on heavy executes. If G2 can play around that well and give a little bit of space and then flood in against this comp that doesn't actually have that much to hold in the post plant, I think there's a real chance they could win this match. Or there's a chance PaperX could just run them over.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. I was like, what is the alternative to that situation? As the situation goes good for PaperX, what do they do in that, against what G2 does? Just run them down.
Literally, like if G2 is playing on sites on their defensive side, this comp can dominate them. They will be fighting forward, they will be disruptive, and they are some of the best aimers in the world.
I think that there might be a reason behind picking the Split. It's not only that PaperX, it struggled to close this map. I believe this was also the last map of the final there in Pacific. They struggle, they don't have that much confidence in it, they don't have that many reps, and the composition ain't that crazy, right? Like you have seen and probably played against a double duelist before. As I was saying, Split is the kind of map where, especially on that final, because it's the only vault that I could watch, they started on that default, trying to cover up a little bit of the map, and they were not managing to get the rounds. Then Alex just calls on a timeout and says, honestly, just send it down a side. Send it down a side, time and time again. And they were being very well shut down.
Well, let's get into today's first pistol round and throw it over to your casters. You got Achilleos and Paper Thin, and they're totally going to be unbiased. Ain't that right, guys?
Absolutely. Always. No bias here. All we want is good gameplay. Yes. And these two teams should absolutely deliver on that. But we've all been waiting to see PaperX take to the stage here in the playoffs to see what kind of form they come out with.
No doubt. I mean, this is one of the tournament favorites for sure. A lot of people are picking this PaperX team, feeling like this is their moment. But I'm telling you, this G2 team is so good right now. I love the way they play off of each other. You've got some insane cracked players on that squad who can turn rounds on their head. You know, Valen and Leaf in particular have been super impressive. Jonah P, you saw it in some of the highlight videos on this particular map where he had that crazy ace. So this G2 squad is definitely, I think, going to give PaperX one hell of a fight.
Well, we're off to a roaring start already as Jing going forward, able to find a first kill. Valen's going to be taken down. Crowd coming alive. Leaf going to be noted. Dealt with there by Divide with the Sheriff in hand. Plant now going to be coming through just 20 seconds into the round. Jing very far forward, collects himself a second. Notes the third. Nice, man. But he already has the headshot. And Jing, welcome back to the stage. Pinch Shell's not going to find much, but he wants a little bit more. He won't get that 4K, but that is going to be PaperX taking the pistol in blistering pace.
And this is something that has been missing from PaperX until stage 1 is Jing. The way that he can explode onto a site and just take rounds over. Of course, he's just so good at identifying these positions out the rip. There is a little bit of help from the flash, but there was a good opportunity there for Valen to challenge on that, and then he just starts taking space. I mean, this is what makes Jing so dangerous, is he does not let go. Once he's got that opening kill on a site, he's going to keep going at you. Most of the time. Not always, but quite often.
Well, aggressive from the outset in the pistol, now slowed down. Smoke gonna be coming through, tap onto the orb. Go ahead, snatch that up, get Jing halfway to that showstopper. No one playing forward here in the site. Valen lurking back here at Alley, but it's going to be a pass over on that spike just to really fast track this ult for the Rays. Everybody else now getting into position. Retaken from here. Going to prove to be very, very difficult here for G2. As the dog does get the catch.
The scan.
Yeah, PaperX just Crossing their T's, dotting their I's.
Ooh,
Wow.
ding, 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 ding.
Push out there
Nice.
from Valen. Gets
Sabar,
punished a
santai,
bit, but
santai.
doesn't die. It's kind of what's important here.
That's something just going to be eating that flash, but Jing, he wants to try to get this ult online. So he's going to push aggressively, looking for it. He can deflect another one.
Heal, heal.
Spam across
Heal
to the
bang.
rest of the players, likely to just sit back, but something doesn't want to give him that opportunity to die to the spike. He is out for blood, but he's going to misread the positioning here. Solid from
Yeah.
Jonah, be able to collect that kill.
GG, no time anjing.
Forsaken looking like he will just go ahead and allow them to die. So 4 players sacrificed over to the spike. Paper X move up 2-0.
Yeah, this is good identification
Oh,
here
yeah.
by
Nyari
Paper
duit,
Rex
nyari duit. Boleh,
of
boleh,
that
boleh.
positioning,
Nice,
using
nice,
that
nice.
Trailblazer to figure out where G2 was setting up to die to the spike and trying to punish
dulu
that as
ganti
best
kali
as
ya?
they could.
Di sini.
And like you said,
Salah.
it's fine for Jing to die there. You don't care either way. You know, you want those ult orbs.
Mana
You're
anjir,
so
WP
close
dulu.
to the showstopper already. You're 2 away. You can farm an orb here, and he
Apa
gets
taruh
1
sini
kill,
kali?
and all of a sudden, they can bonus you in a heartbeat.
Ini.
See if that's going to be the play here for Paper Rex as
Pas
rifles
lagi.
abound out full
Pas
buy
lagi.
for G2. Did their best there, expecting the aggression from Paper Rex, covering their angles nicely, and you know, only lost 1 player to it. So for what it's worth, that's not bad at all, frankly. Uh-oh.
Yep.
No,
I
langsung
was
technical
waiting.
pause.
See if you're going to
Nice.
notice.
What have you done?
Timer, just
This is you.
stopping around 4 seconds.
What?
Hey, everything's been
4
smooth
detik
so
doang.
far.
That's true.
A minor pause in the action.
We've been very lucky.
And we'll see what's going on here. Looks like something in the PRX camp. Forsaken needing to make sure that everything is taken care of. Just maybe have to unplug it, plug it back in again, you know?
That happens. That's the go-to IT solution for sure. But yeah, it's a good start for Paper Rex. One thing I'm really curious about here, Kilios, is with these 2 comps, you know, how important is it for G2 to have a really good defender side? Because it's the double duelist, right? And generally, Paper X is doing their damage on the attacker side, whereas G2's comp is generally going to do its damage on the defender side. So in my mind, I'm starting to wonder, like, what's the round score that G2 needs to get to that I feel comfortable that they switch over to attackers? Because they've only played this map twice in stage 1 against 100 Thieves both times, and their attacker side was pretty anemic both times.
Sure.
So like 3 and 9, and I think 4 and 8 or something like that. So what is the actual score line that they need to get here on this defender side to have a good chance?
I mean, you'd want it to be as many as humanly possible for the G2 camp.
Sure.
And we'll see if they're going to be able to get one on the board as we do get ready to go into that bonus round here. Best opportunity for them as the firepower will be in their favor for the most part. A couple half armors, but we'll see what the final assembly is going to be looking like for PRX once we get everything squared away here with Forsaken on stage.
Curious if something thinks about an outlaw or something like that. I'm very, very intrigued as to what he's going to end up buying.
I would be bold on the attack, but I mean, something is just known for doing bold things.
Yeah.
Given that outlaw, and the man is going to put it to good use, so it could see a purchase like that come through at the moment. We can still see the game. It's just shy of 4,000 credits, so
yeah.
can afford to go ahead and pick that one up, but likely wants to have a bit more money going into the next round, just in case they aren't able to convert here.
Then I think maybe a judge.
That, you know, that is also very much his speed.
Yep, and that's a Paper X thing. They will grab a judge and maybe pass it over to Jing. Jing will give him the Spectre.
Help
Something like that
Alex.
might happen. It just kind of depends.
Keep eyes
but
on
give him
me,
the wisey
bro.
treatment. I mean, it was on split. He was just
that's true.
Absolutely breaking ankles.
I had
people
sort
down,
of
so.
forgotten about that. I think I wanted to.
Energy hasn't.
You.
They'll never forget about it.
But you know, now they're changing the roster up.
Banyak banget
So.
flashnya anjing. Emang
See how
lucu
things
sih.
fare in the future. But looks like with the admin stepping away, Forsaken might be good to go. I'm not gonna get too overexcited about it quite just yet until I see that clock ticking down once again. But it seems like we should just about be ready to get back into the action here.
Yes. That's from the Paper X
Apa yang
social
lu lihat
media.
barusan, Cok?
Tweeted out their Guardians of the Galaxy
There we go.
squad. And it's a Vandal here for something. Interesting. That is quite the buy, but it's Paper X, so they're good enough to get away with these kind of things. For sure.
Pas nggak guys, kira-kira
The
guys?
check doesn't get any
Kamera
info.
gua, kurang ke atas sedikit.
So let's see if they're going to be wary of a trap or something like that. Something just trying to take space, but the spike hasn't been picked up. So this is all just kind of an info gathering mission for the PRX squad. And they've been a little more cautious this year, I think.
Jiggle peek out there, Micey. He's spotting plenty. But guiding light into the back of sight, make sure that it is clear. So now space can be taken. Something pushing forward.
Look at Jing.
TP up to heaven. There's Icy trying to force them back. Something does get tagged up. The Paint Shell keeps him at bay here for the moment. Mind Freak setting up another smoke, trying to keep himself protected. Icy's able to find the headshot. Does get knocked down to 21 HP. Is Jing lurking away. Has he missed this one? Oh, now noticing it. Takes down Leaf, and that's going to be a weapon recovered. Middle now in hand for him. Clear out of the haunt. Boombot to try to get himself pushed up here into heaven. Something finding one. Johnny P one apiece, but now something. The second kill. A 2v2 here. It's Forsaken. Clearing out that Prowler, but cannot steady the aim. Dash around the back. Something with the updraft. 7 bullets remaining here in the Vandal. Now down to 5 as he clears out the Prowler. Playing around the Rosie here. Sees the gun barrel of 1. Swing out. Finds it. Swap over the glass. Gets the 4K Red Bull clutch. PRX. They convert the bonus.
Yeah, definitely worth the investment for that Vandal. Puts it to great use and plays the time so nicely. Something just beautiful on site. Hitting some great shots, anticipating Icy's peek around the corner. Jonah P, so good on elbow on that breach. Was a nuisance the last time they played this map. And that's the Paper Rex. They are just so deep as a team, able to pull off these unbelievable plays, and now you have the showstopper for Jing. Playing pretty far up is G2 this time.
Oh, something just trying to eat some of that Paint Shell damage, come over to the kill, but Icy is able to put him down. Locked out from Trent. Going to be destroyed, but that is a solid start. Weapon not going to be recoverable here for them. As fight goes across, little smattering of damage there on the Trent. Showstopper still here in the back pocket of Jing for the entry if they want to commit to this site, but it looks like Paper X maybe wanted to go and suss out the other side of the map.
Yeah, against an eco, Paper X definitely feeling like, okay, there's too many players over here that we've seen. Let's try something a little bit different. It feels like a trap. And they made the correct read for sure. Mind Freak clean there, taking Leaf out in mid.
Catching the one, setting up a smoke, trying to fake that. They're still going to be pushing their way over onto A, but the read is good here from the side of G2, so some damage can be dealt. Valen has that stinger in hand here on the side. Paranoia exchanged here on both sides. Haunt not catching anybody. CTP's over to the side. Showstopper now going to be coming through. Instantly shuts it down. Jing dead. Jonah P there for the backstab. Does an immense amount of damage. The aftershock going to be coming through. Divide just respecting that. Swings ahead of it. Does manage to find that kill. Now with 30 seconds. Looks like they might be wanting to try to fake a pivot, but G2, they're very much stuck here.
Valen is unbelievable with stingers. Just insane how good he is.
Push forward. Mind Freak able to find one, but again, HP bar's falling low. Valen coming away with that one. Divide swinging around the side. Forsaken's going to be the one collecting that kill. Now it's all on Trent. Recovered Vandal in hand, one shot into Forsaken, takes down the sky. As the Seeker coming through just to confirm his position. Swing out, Divide. Just pushes for it, nearly loses his life, but Paper Rex, they keep on stringing them together. 4-0 now to start.
For what it's worth, this is a great round from G2. They do a ton of damage, they read this nicely. Valen, he is the best stinger player in the world. I have watched so many VODs of G2 coming up to this event, and like his stingers are insane. You've seen it here in this event as well, but the guy is just so crisp with that gun. It is unbelievable how accurate it is. Like, nerf be damned. He's just so clean with it, and I love that G2 has so much success on their ecos because of it.
Attack op now in play here from Something.
What kind of
value he's going to be able to find here.
Di pojokan kecil gitu
James taking a couple pot shots in towards Mail, trying to see if he can connect a stray.
They just got a lot of info to G2 that there's nobody over in A main. The haunt wasn't cleared, so that allows them to take a lot of space. Really, the only site they're giving up is B. And Paper X is actually going to be rotating in that direction, but no real trap setup with all that attention in the mid. That's drawn both Jonah P and Trent over along with Leaf. So Paper X has an opportunity to maybe get through. They can get this opener, but Something going to be leading the way with the operator.
Icy, such a deadly position here. So far, the push forward not fully being watched for, and Something, he's going to start working his way up the ramp and then gets taken down. The off now on the ground. Value not found. Flashing with a blast pack exit. Icy gets himself over to safety, but Jonah P going to be traded out at the same time. Now with a re-swing, Mind Freak able to come up with one before getting taken down. Solid shot from Leaf, though, to bring it back into a 3v3, but now Spike planted. All three players here from Paper X sat in on the site. Paint Shells from Jing trying to delay. Boombot also available, but Valen comes swinging through. He's instantly dealt with. Jing distracted, does end up falling. Leaf able to find one, but the Divide strikes him down. It's all on Trent. He can't make it happen. Divide comes up with a 2-piece. Paper X now 5-0.
I mean, G2's making good reads. They're setting up these early traps that are getting the early picks against Paper X, but then somebody like Devi or Mindfreak comes up with these huge multi-kills that completely turn the round on their head. Give it even numbers advantage for Paper X. I mean, just so good this year has Mindfreak been. He is just so crucial to the success of this team. Him and Devi both absolutely just disgustingly good. Being asked to play Sentinels and Controllers in this roster that's full of cracked duelists, and they hold their own, and more than so. They're oftentimes like the top fraggers, the top ACS guys going up for this Paper X roster.
Timeout. Unnecessary call here, given the deficit. And like you said, the reads have been good. They've been understanding the way that Paper X are going to be rotating around the map and getting themselves in a position to intercept, but the trade outs here, the shots not fully connecting. It's consistent damage being dealt in these rounds and not getting ran over, but they're just also not finding those wins.
Exactly. I mean, look at Paper X's economy. It's not the best. When you show it back on screen here, y'all at home will see this.
It's been fluctuating.
Yeah, so it's like, yes, there's a ton of damage being done, and G2 just needs to get a couple rounds going, and they'll be able to put Paper X back on an eco. So it could start here. Again, these stingers are so lethal, especially on this map for G2. Just kind of looking, see if they can maybe get that showstopper online with Icy. They could easily turn this around. Get the Viper spit for Leaf, he's 2 away. A lot of things could absolutely give G2 a big, much-needed thrifty.
Oh, would swing in and swing out.
They don't want to mess with that stinger again.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. No damage dealt. Able to back away. Icy now looking to try to reinforce this mid position here. Got Leaf tucked away in mail. And for now, looks like Paper X is going to be more than happy to just leave Devi here. Let him linger. And the rest of the team turns their sights back over in towards Garage.
Valen's repositioned though. They're pinging out, expect him to be back behind the box, but he's actually just rotating around pillar. And Paper X really taking their time with this. There you go.
Such a minor timing to play off of, but something comes away with the kill. Valen going to be taken down. Half your smokes now gone. That paranoia not going to be in play. Fault line held. This would leave something on a bit of an island. He does have the tailwind to try to exit as the push starts coming through. Fault line set. Stinger in play. Jonah P able to do quite a bit of damage there. To Shock. Trying to force somebody out from behind box. Jink able to pull away from that, not take any damage, but decent damage dealt. Forsaken down to 23. Does get something back up to 100. Leap, taking some forward space, is able to take him down to the backstab. Getting ready to come through. Trent on this big, all the way through their spawn. But he needs to get there sooner rather than later. Shing's able to find one Devi, getting another.
Spike down B.
And now it is all on Trent. Can't make a noise, can't make a sound. Needs to try to catch them off guard, but Jing is watching for it. Now they all know where he's at. Just get the headshot, nice little wall bang there. Do some additional damage here. Haunt out, not needing to be cleared. Both pulled back here around the pillar. Spots one high, has to go for the reload, and Mindfreak has the timing. 6-0, Paper X continue onward.
And this is the new Paper Rex. They're a lot more patient. Yes, it still looks kind of aggressive because something's starting to push angles, but he's doing it quite late in the round. He's waiting for someone to give him an opportunity to find that pick, and he gets Valen with it off the dissipate of the smoke. Just so fast is something. Jing as well. So quick to react to these things. It's what makes Paper Rex so darn difficult to fight against. Trent, that lurk just came a hair too late. He was almost there in time to maybe spin that round back into G2's favor. Just not quite able to. A little bit of confirmation on some information the pit used in mid.
Got 4 ultimates online here for the side of G2. If there was ever a round to get the win in, you'd expect it to be this one, but you also don't want to be seeing an overcommitment of ultimates here. So the pit off the rip. We'll see what else becomes necessary as the round goes on, but for now, it's going to be mid control firmly in the hands of G2.
They know with this operator in play, they can't give up any of those early picks again. You can kind of afford to do it on an eco, but this round, the economy once again shaky for G2. A lot of space, a lot of info gain, and that allows something to continue to watch that angle. Although Icy saw the head, but can't get the flick.
Looking for it, but this time not going to be rewarded.
Let me think.
Fake pullback here.
Are they going to ult?
Yeah, maybe just trying to audio bait a little bit here.
Is he going to ult into the corner? They just pinged it out.
Get out
They passed the spike over to him.
Something now wanted to be the entry power here. Just hop the knives in the Mind Freak, just gonna be peeing his way onto the side.
Ngeliat ada ultinya Omen.
Clears the way to Defy on this lurk. It's so disgusting.
Nice.
Leaf dealt with. Pit dropped and look at Jing. Working his way through the B side of the moment. Looking to pull off what Trent could not in the previous round. Nightfall available, gonna come into play. There's a jump out on Icy, dealt with. I believe the showstopper was pulled. Alt not finding value. And there's Jing now arriving, making his presence known. Paintshell said there's nowhere to go forward. But it's into something who collapsed them. It's a flawless from Paper Rex, both in the round and in the map so far. 7-0.
The on-the-call flying here from Paper Rex is so good. They get so much info, and they're given so much space. And their plan around that is, okay, we just need to keep screens under control, get onto the site. We could pass the spike over to Mind Freak. He can bring it over and plant it. Jing's going to be lurking. Devi's holding an angle from Ramen. And they're going to win the round flawlessly. I mean, they're just so good. It's not just their shooting. They are very aware of their surroundings and how to exploit what their opponents are trying to do.
Dihancurin.
Clear on the haunt, not really coming through.
Parah anjir.
So off revealed on this side of the map. That's going to make PRX change up the strat a bit.
Yeah, just try and stack for an A hit. Got a ton of util. Devi one away from the pit. Jing one away from the showstopper. Valen is that paranoia and a stinger.
Well, Valen now going to be noted. Smoked his waist. He still comes away with one, but the jump forward from Jing, looking for the kill, and he's eventually able to fish it out. Finds that kill, trying to be taken down. Devi trying to intercept. Eventually he's able to steady the aim, finds that pick off as Leaf goes down. And it's now just Trent and Icy left alive. Sheriff's in hand.
Spike planted.
Unfortunately, not much hope in hell. One now noted, Jing watching over at ramp. Drop shot coming their way. It's the swing out. Jing trying to challenge here onto both. Does end up getting taken down. Icy find that kill. Dink on the Mind Freak as well. Wow. And take him even lower. As the C's now gets chucked out. Swing around the back though, Forsaken. Ready on the back step. Can't find that final shot, and suddenly, Icy may just be able to bring this one back, but time is dwindling. Devi working his way over here towards ramp. Here's the entry. Paint shell. It's a solid read from Icy, just trying to create some space. Gets in onto the defuse. Tries to stick onto it. Tries to get the half, but right as he does, Devi takes him down.
Masih 100%
Again,
guys.
a decent effort. So very close to getting that first round win here for G2. But Paper X, they just barely managed to squeak by with the win again.
Yeah, it's great to see Icy coming alive here, having a great round. After getting shut down with showstopper in hand the previous round. See, they're so clean. Usually, our Paper X, a little bit of whiffy from Jing and Devi, but able.
Kebiasaan Alek. Udah mau marah itu. Gue tahu banget dia mau gebrak meja udah itu.
They're just so efficient. They are so active on the map, especially on Split, a map that a lot of teams can get kind of stuck into these defaults where they're holding angles post-plant. They're just trying to like lock you out, but they're all over the place. They're constantly moving around, trying to find those open angles, those open spaces. Jing and Devi in particular are so good at it.
Now the second timeout needing to be called here from the side of G2. And you were asking the question earlier, how many rounds on the defender side to feel comfortable? I don't think there's enough available at the moment.
No, they're not.
8-4, definitely not where you would like to have been going into this one, but right now I think you'd give up the world just to be able to get those 4 rounds, to close out this half, to start building up some of that momentum. We'll see if it works. Still 2 ults here available to the side of G2, trying to beat with that Rolling Thunder. Can cause some chaos.
And G2 can definitely do this. We've seen it time and time again this tournament that they are stalwart. They are so good at getting their aim under control and start making some good reads. They've made some pretty good reads. It's just Paper X has been making better ones at times and just frankly out shooting them. And that's something that every team struggles against Paper X for the most part, is they're so tremendous in their firepower. Space given up though, expecting this showstopper to be coming on to B. So Valen hightails it out of there. You got a couple players now thinking about going through heaven. Mind Freak going on a bit of a walkabout.
Plants in, Seekers available. Now Pit going to be layered in on top. That Rolling Thunder still here, still available for the side of G2. The attempted retake. For now, it's going to be an aftershock to try to force something off the angle, but he's ahead of this rolling thunder. He's not caught by it already. Trent going to be taken down. Entry from Icy, able to find one, but now something strikes. 2 kills. Tries to swap over. Pick him up after the updraft. Mind Freak's already taken it down.
It's just beautiful understanding of the utility that Breach is going to be throwing and where he can get away with not getting hit by it. That's all it takes. You know, as soon as that aftershock comes through, he's like, oh, I can just stay tucked in the corner. The ult isn't going to hit me, and I'm just going to wait, and they can never really react in time. Jonah P gave it a try, but something just too darn fast. And they're so well prepared here at Paper Rex. Just everything that G2 tries to throw at them is just thwarted.
I mean, it's been flashy from Jing and something, but Devi, he's right up there with him. 10-1 at the moment on this Viper. The lurk plays have just been so devastating.
Uncle Aim getting it done.
Once again, a kickback here. Is it Leaf just getting tucked? Once again, right as that smoke gets ready to dissipate.
Poison orb emitting.
Something pushing forward. Maybe looking for a very deep angle. That's going to be Jing getting a spot on the Valen. The aftershock doing nothing to dissuade him. Look forward into the poison orb there with Shorty in hand. Something really wanted to take this forward space, but look at this. He's got the read. He's got the spot. That's going to be Icy taken down. The slow creep forward. Jonah P now noted here on the site.
They're so methodical. And you even had Devi there to cover just in case that went south.
Bolt line to try to slow him up, but spot out on the 2. Notes him here, something dashing forward, Shorty in hand, hunting, seeking target. Can't find either of them. They're already dead as he swings around. Now it is once again all on Trent. See if he can just stop this from being a flawless.
Jing balik-balik udah sisa 1 aja, Cok. Apa ini?
We hit some good shots the last time.
Hello. Oh, decent damage there on a Forsaken. He's reading this lurk around the back very well. Can he win it out? Just a swing in, Mind Freak. He'll have it. It's a flawless 10-0 here. Paper Rex, 2 more rounds to be played out in the half as they look to deliver potentially a 13-0.
Could be. Certainly feels like it. And now economy's never going to be an issue for him.
Apa nih?
The rest of this half.
Jing,
and Jing gets that spot early, just ahead of the paranoia hitting him. And you can see Devi right around that box as well. Not sure if he... I don't think he saw or heard Icy. Icy was being pretty good about obscuring his sound, but yeah, they're just so effective as working as a unit. Everybody's working together there, allowing time for something to go for that flank in case somebody could trade him out. Like the plans here for Paper Rex.
Oh my God!
What? How the fuck he can respond like that, bro?
Man's just trying to jiggle.
The freak.
Something not having it.
Time, bro. It's too good.
Double push up here in the main. Will find value. Devi going to be taken down. Not with there. Trent does get noted, so they know that there's at least 2 players here in this position. Something wanted to take that space. Again, Shorty in hand. Tuck back here from Trent, setting out the season, try to buy himself some space. The Seekers now let loose here from PRX. Dog into the corner, not going to be able to find that stun. Push up, Forsaken flushes him out. Valen now out in front here on the site, tucked back behind elbow. Needing to stay safe. Full rotation still not called in here from the side of G2. Icy, okay, now starting to make his way over here towards A to try to reinforce his position, but Valen for now is all on his lonesome with 16 HP remaining. In around the back, and he's able to find his mark. Valen dealt with. Now the double approach. It's Forsaken, just playing off this one way. Swings, thinks that he gets the kill, and then runs out of bullets. Jonah P able to take advantage there. Now a 2v3. Something looking for another flick of the century. Can't quite make them happen though. Paint shells connect there into backside. Showstopper now comes through, but again, he is dealt with.
What?
Something just not allowing for these showstoppers to even get drawn out. Mind Freak TP's up into heaven. It's 11-0.
No rust for Paper Rex. Coming off a bit of a break. Had the first part of this tournament off. Didn't have to play in the Swiss stage because they win stage 1 of VZT Pacific, and they are not missing a beat. Something in particular is feeling it with that op. You can just tell with those flicks. And that's Jing, the best in the business when it comes to blast pack landings and recovery. No one does it better than him, and he does it with a Vandal.
As we get ready to take a look at the scoreboard, you can see, I mean,
the
duelists here, inseparable. 13-5-3 between both of them. Just perfect parity.
Rushing tuh.
Does it look to deliver utter destruction here to G2? Well, Flash is going to be committed there from Forsaken. Just trying to draw some attention over towards B. Meanwhile, A completely opened up. It's going to be the plant getting ready to come through. Jing one off the showstopper here after the plant.
This time it's Forsaken on the late lurk. Or Paper Rex, so it'll be difficult on site. Devi with the op. Be trying to lock down. They're coming from every angle.
Mind Freak able to catch Trent there. Seas does connect, but Leaf on this backstab, on this flank alongside Jonah P. Comes up with a kill. Devi gonna be taking out full Flash, connects there onto Mind Freak. Weapon now scooped up, Forsaken. A bit of a riskier position as he goes pushing out. Balin takes him down. Now it's all in the duelist. Something under the first. Turns for the Flash, but he's taking too much damage, and there you go. The cleanup comes through. G2 at long last fight back. They get themselves around victory here to close out the half. But 11-1 is a hell of a road to try to run back.
Yeah, and this time around they're a little bit quicker to react after giving up all that space to Paper Rex. They completely cede the A site to them and they say, here you go, have fun. And they do a great job coming from a bunch of different angles and striking together.
Yeah, this time just very much noting where all these players were going to be coming from. Getting that really nice timing, swinging the back around through main to come up with those kills. And that's going to be the first bit of frustration dealt over here to the side of Alex, but I think even he not going to be too upset given the game state here for them.
He shouldn't be. You would hope.
In a very strong position, G2, everything to do in the second half. But for now, as we go into the halftime, give them a breather. We've got a very special guest standing by with Mika for an interview.
Hey guys, we have a special surprise for you. We have the whole Sasanto family right here in the venue. We have Yenny, who is Forsaken's mom. We have Ari, who is Forsaken's dad. And we have Hannah, who is Forsaken's auntie. That's right, the whole family is here. Now, of course, the world knows that you have a very talented gaming family. And this all started when you opened a PC shop or a LAN cafe many, many years ago. So is that where Forsaken and Xcurate learned how to be pro gamers?
Yes. Yes.
That is where they learn how to be pro gamers. It runs in the family, right? And since the whole family is here with your two sons, did you get to spend time in Shanghai? Did you get to spend time as a family?
We come to support my son and Team Paper Rex.
Oh, yes, of course. I can see that. And where did you go as a family? Did you see any sites together?
Yes, my son is on the television watching us.
Oh, see, it's a whole family affair, right? So right now, the score is 11-1 in favor of Paper Rex. And I know that, Ari, you are a gamer yourself. So what is your assessment? What is the analysis of the map so far?
Penghasil pro player semuanya.
Analysis, I'm trust and I believe Paper Rex can win this map.
Yes, of course. I think so far, you know, everybody agrees with that. What about you, Yenny? Do you have any words for Paper Rex right now?
I will. Apa ya saya bilang ya? I wish Paper Rex will be the winner, champion.
All right, Paper Rex will be the winner. You heard it from them. Let's get back to the game.
Thank you very much. Good to see the support. Good to see the fam coming out. As Forsaken taking a glimpse across the stage, and his family is able to take back to their seats. It might not be too much longer until they're on their feet once again. It's Paper Rex, 11-1, utter domination in that first half. They start off with the pistol.
Kenapa ada satu sih?
It's all been over.
Padahal bisa 0.
Yeah, I mean, 11-1.
Malah dapat 1.
Monumental.
Nggak boleh 13-1 lah. Gas.
If G2 can get this done, but it's going to be really tricky. This is a 4-1 setup here for the side of Paper Rex. Got all your duelists, an initiator util over there on the A site, and a toxic screen setup for what I assume is a retake if they pivot towards B. But of course, it's Paper Rex, so here we go.
Something rushing forward, but it's going to be Leap collecting 3.
Kenapa dikira?
Excellent response, some damage taken. But widely, G2
13.
very much coming out dominant on that exchange. Forsaken still creeping up. Oh, doesn't note him. Does manage to take him down, but an immense amount of damage now dealt to him. Not much more pressure here going to be pushed onto Devi, and Forsaken is not ready for Trent. Solid lurk from him. Now the pivot back over towards the A site.
Devi aware that there could be somebody coming through spawn, or they're just going to be making their way over towards A. So that is going to be the direction he starts. Valen going to be coming down the stairs behind him. Can't find the shots. Yeah, Trent gonna take him down, and G2
What
gets
happened, guys?
what is literally a must-win pistol.
Hancur.
And it's off the back of just some good patience off the rip, Achilles.
Sabar, masih pistol run, masih pistol run.
It was the round that they absolutely needed off the rip here. Economy going to be in a good spot. Paper Rex, of course, going to be respectful, not going to be seeing any kind of force-ups here. A very good opening volley here from Leaf to just gun down 3. Try to fast-track that pit, and there's that frustration starting to come through.
Nice.
Couldn't even find one, I think is what he said there.
Sometimes kalahnya Paper X tuh bikin kita kesel ya. Lucu gara-gara ininya anjay, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised.
Look at the stack here in the mid. Prowler checking over towards Shing. Pop flash coming through. There's the Russian. Forsaken able to find 1. I see a Trent. He's managing to find 2. Paint shell from Jing will take out the enemy raise, but now it is all on something. A Stinger with 6 bullets left in the clip here. Clear out on the Prowler, just trying to exit. Dodges, takes a little bit of damage there on the exit. For now, is safe and is in a potential position to do some additional damage.
Should be a pivot over towards A for G2. Seeing him go up into B, but he's proactive against it, trying to get ahead of this.
He's hearing all of this. As there's the haunt out. Will reveal it and swings in, just trying to get a catch. Taken down, 2 players falling there on the side of G2, but overall still in a very good position coming out of that anti-eco.
It's a great haunt. Just making sure that you've got something identified, knowing how fast Paper Rex likes to move around the map. So starting to get their bearings a little bit, RG2, starting to understand the way that Paper Rex is maneuvering themselves around their map. They're very decisive. And you gotta be so cautious, because a lot of players might take their time and kind of look around, and Paper Rex just says, I think you're doing this, so I'm gonna go there too. And just try to challenge you. Now, full rifles for PRX. Everything in 2 Bulldogs for G2. And a pacey hit. Just Divide waiting around the corner up here.
And Divide to go ahead and try to slow this up. Forsaken as well, pressuring from the side. For that sees nade. As Mind Freak out wide here on the site. Smoke to cover for now. Playing on the narrowest of margins, but now it's going to dissipate. Doesn't have another one available. Paranoia is at the ready here for him. As something just swinging onto the corner in the mail, able to come away with 1. I see going to be taken down. He drops back here into the side. Forsaken trying to pump out that healing. He's able to do so, and Mind Freak finds leave. Now the double challenge here in a garage. donet, having to backpedal, but still comes up with the kill. Gets the dink, gets the second. Mind Freak dead. Forsaken finding Trent, but then traded out by Valen. Now a 2v2. Something, however, brings it back, and Jing!
Go back, yo. One more, yo.
It's decent damage here from G2. In most of their circumstances, you say, okay, they got 3 in the bonus. That's solid effort. But Paper X, they now get the 12.
I like what G2 tries to do. Try to kind of use some of the rotation timings against Paper Rex. donet in particular, anticipating that aggressive peek. Shuts down 2 players. But they're just a little off the mark, and that costs you rounds, because Jing is not going to miss. Mind Freak now with the Outlaw. Stinger.
This is just going to be an aggressive hit from the Paper X side.
Yeah.
They will just have something rather push forward here. Pulls back up the ramp. In the meantime, basically shoulder to shoulder alongside Trent, but it's going to be Icy taking out first. Trent responding fire, is able to find him. Forsaken now dropped. Poison Orb comes back up. Some space here taken in A main by G2, working their way up the ramp. Drop, getting ready to come in. 2 players, something nearly getting the transfer. Puts Valen down to 45. Jing immediately moving over, looking to reinforce. Still does have that paint shell available to him.
Wow.
And around the back is Trent.
I can't believe Trent read that.
Getting the catch. But Jing now, he knows that this flank is going to be coming through, so he just wants to stay tucked away. He wants to intercept. He wants to take out this fade.
Spike planted.
But Trent being very cautious. Turns back, knows that they haven't seen this raise. He's uncertain about his position. And this is buying critical time here for G2. Divide trying to push forward, spots 1, fault line. He can't dodge it. Takes quite a bit of damage here now, down to 25. Flash is coming, Jing still holding the angle, but now noted. Decides to turn his sights back over here. In towards A, Divide finishing off Valen, but time taking Jing dead. It's all on Divide to try to see if he can finish the map right here, right now, but it's a 1v2 at the time. Not working towards him. 1 bullet remaining here in the clip. As he will just have to pull back. This will be G2's round. They stay in the game, they stay in the map.
Just trying to do as much damage as he can to them. Knows the economic situation. Both teams, the cash is low. He's trying to see if he can maybe sneak one more gun away from G2 going into the next round. But G2 starting to get their act together for sure. I mean, Forsaken wins the opener, but then gets traded out immediately through the smoke. Something there by himself. Can't transfer in time. Trent with unbelievable awareness. I was watching that in the map, and I'm like, oh, Mindfreak's got an outlaw, and he's creeping up behind Trent, but Trent just starting to get an understanding of PaperX's movement, how they're constantly trying to find flanks, how they're constantly trying to work the map, and it's starting to get into G2's brains. That's a lot of damage to Leaf, though.
Yeah, some spam out. He's knocked down to 51. As Defy pushing out into mid. Mistiming it there. He just gets massacred. Viper now eliminated, full send, rotate, aside from Forsaken, who's still going to be lingering back over towards A, trying to make sure that it's not going to be any late lurks coming through. G2 in the meantime, more than happy to start taking space here on this B site. Lurk still in from Leaf though. There's shots from something, not going to be connecting. Icy able to take him down, now Mindfreak going to be dead. Jing, smattering of damage dealt there.
Guys,
Spectre looking for a kill, is able to find one, but now he's between a rock and a hard place. Leaf up above, Icy swinging. Finishes him off. That's going to be G2 now getting the 5.
Yeah, now they're starting to get the feel. And they've got a showstopper. They've got some ults to work with. Nightfall, Rolling Thunder. They can keep this going. It is obviously going to be very, very difficult. You have no room for error here as G2. But it is starting to feel a lot more comfortable. The way that they're anticipating PaperX, the way that they're reading them, able to shut them down in mid early in the round, have a good fast hit, not really give any opportunities for any of those utils or player swings to find any value there. There's Jing with the 1. And now you've got so many ults to work with. Yes, there's the Seekers for Forsaken. But that's the only tool, big ultimate, that PaperX has to work with. Some information gain, just Trent though, and he's kind of been on his own in mid. Curious to see how PaperX wants to rotate off of that. Looks like they are going to start stacking a bit more towards A, knowing that Trent is usually a lone wolf over in that area of the map.
Something again, just playing here at ramp. This time, Poison Orb not set up for the approach. Poking, pushing forward, Leaf. Staying alive, knocked down to 20. Misreading. It's Icy is able to come away with that elimination. Sync back now, set for Divine, trying to slow down the approach on the site. Seekers needing to be used by Forsaken. Trying to track these players. It's all leading towards this A site. Shell sent in towards main. Showstopper used. As he swings around in from behind. Icy seeking targets, but he's short set, and Jing still dealing it a little bit of damage. Finishes off Leaf. Trent trading that one out. Mindfreak now occupying space here at backside. Defy as well, starting to push forward. Mindfreak playing it out patiently, finds the first. Forsaken out in heaven, finding another. But now it's Mindfreak in a 1v2. TP dodges out of the Rolling Thunder. Icy knowing where he's headed, but he still ends up falling. Getting ready to come in, the paranoia goes across, but he still sticks for this. Jonah P. Can he clutch? Yes, he can. Shuts it down, extends the game even further. G2 now at the halfway point.
Yeah, some good maneuvering from Jing there to avoid the showstopper, and Mindfreak finds a perfect time to use his TP, but G2 able to stabilize, was able to wait this out. I'm a bit surprised that we're continuing to leave something by himself in a corner here for PaperX. That's something that G2 is exploiting. They're sending at least 2 at him to make sure that he's dealt with. And every round here just gives G2 more and more confidence. Certainly it's going to be tough to get to the overtime, but going into the next map even, they're going to be feeling like, okay, we can go toe-to-toe with these aimers, no doubt.
It's all at the start, but it's been coming alive here.
Last 1 point, guys, please.
Checking forward here in the vent, nothing to be noted there.
Sumpah ini kalau ke-comment.
Stopper and Knobs on the opposite side for PaperX. See if those come into play. They want to save those for an actual full investment round.
They've completely left the A side open, hoping that G2 will continue this mid-contestion.
A push out, I mean, something going for the challenge. He's rushing forward, it gets the kill somehow. Traded out, but it feels like he should have never been able to get that. Icy as well, tagged down to 5 HP.
Well, nobody does that.
Something does. Snake bite forward, Divine in a rough position. Down to 20. Quite a bit of damage. Aftershock to try to force him back. Swings out, just wanting the challenge, wanting to do some damage, but the shots go wide.
Last 1 point lah. Disiplin.
Space now taken here on the A side. Belief. Bring around Heaven. Looking to try to get the catch here. Meanwhile, Jing and Forsaken pushing their way through sewer. Freak now arriving. The slow swing, but the one tap of the Guardian. And Leaf gets taken down. Now a 3v3. With that showstopper still in play.
Exactly.
Jing might just be able to try to finish this one right here, right now. Kid going forward, Balance swinging out. Jing not really anticipating that one, but now jumps up over the top. Puts him down, Balance dead, gets the spot on the ice. Finishes it. He's 5 HP. Pinch shot into the corner. Aftershock not connecting. It's 10 bullets in his stinger, now 8. Swing back around here to elbow. Looking to challenge. The tap on it. The forward space taken. And Jonah P again, the last one standing. He keeps him in it.
What the fuck?
I mean,
please.
They're giving him everything they can handle, and G2 has been weathering the storm just enough here on this attacker's side to keep this map in play. It's unbelievable that he can get away with this. But look at this movement here from Jake. He lands on top of that after using that showstopper. It's insanity. But Jonah P has been incredible in these 1v1 clutches. Absolutely stalwart for G2. The Professor doing a great keeping this map from being over just yet.
Nice.
5 rounds away now, G2. That's what you need. 5 more. Just to send it to OT.
Udah guys, santai guys. Ini gua terjemahin
point here thus far from Paper Rex, but G2
gini. Santai aja bang,
continue to hang in there.
Play
Timeout called from Paper Rex.
Angry, just
Alex
keep angry, but
looking to intervene, looking to get split done and over with.
One round left. So keep
how much more gas is in the tank here for
G2.
It's what they've been showing so far on this attacker side. It has been a breath of fresh air compared to what we were seeing in the first half.
Yeah, and they've been running away with this so much that they had kept the op out of something's hands until this round. That's a huge piece to the Paper Rex puzzle, it feels like, on this map, especially on the attacker side. There is a Viper's Pit for Leaf, so if you can get to a position where you can get that plant down, it could kind of nullify some of that ability that Paper Rex has to use that long-range weaponry to their advantage. Let's see exactly what this looks like. I mean, you got a lot here. This looks like a fault line into a fast hit up ramp. Something like that, or maybe just a flasher.
Flash at the ready.
Yep.
Get ready to push forward. Trailblazer just going to be cleared out, but taken decent bit of damage there, down to 51, but Icy is well tagged up. Op now right out in front of main. Gets the spot, gets the kill. Icy taken down. A lot of the entry power now out of G2's hands.
Now they got
all end up being.
Yeah. Oh, this is insane.
He's going to go pushing forward, and as he swings through the wall, just a bit too aggressive, and Trent is easily able to deal with it. Fault line being sent off the back of the Prowler. Just look at the chase. Jing does get caught, but not Forsaken. Going to be taken down. Eliminated, clear out on the Haunt. That's a big entry here for G2, who now have the site, and now they have the pit. Leaf cutting off all access there through screens to Vi. Lurking forward into that position. Find value from here, trying to find the round win. Paper Rex feels nigh impossible.
Good luck. I mean, Devi's gonna try to push this. He might catch Leaf off guard.
Waits out the Prowler time, and he finds him. The pit now dropped. Back into a 3v3. Push down, Jing, getting Valen. Just Trent and Jonah P now left, and Jing cleans it up. Trent, last one standing.
Wait.
1v2.
Let me think.
On his side, quick little jiggle peek. The double take. He finds one, but he cannot get the second. Mind Freak will be the last one standing as the defuse comes through. Plenty of time to spare. It's Paper Rex taking split 15-7.
Tinggal menang aja susah banget.
After 11-1 start to ring it back. The 7-13, a hell of a performance by G2.
Very much is. That's just the first map. We've got Lotus coming up next. Paper Rex's pick. We'll see how G2 fare there when we come back to the break.
Sampai deg-degan aja nggak jadi ngantuk banget. Let's go.
All I care about, right? People dying today, okay?
People gonna die.
If people not dying, I'm gonna contact boss. Give me a beatbox, Jason. Talk about this.
Gara-gara beatbox lu tuh, Ilya. Jangan beatbox, Ilya. Udah, Ilya, jangan beatbox. Never do the beatbox, Ilya. Trust me, Ilya.
Not sure what sensitivity you perform
Seru
best
banget
with?
matchnya, guys.
Are you constantly changing your sensitivity because you're missing? Introducing the
Ilya,
Universal
Ilya.
Sensitivity Finder in
Yang beatbox.
AimLabs.
Udah, cukup.
Get real-time sensitivity recommendations. Keep track of the sensitivities you perform best with. Then bring it into your next ranked game and dominate. Now available in AimLabs Plus.
Red Bull gives you wings.
So I bought the drop. I leave a stand on everything that can't take the spot. Now we up. Talked to guy yesterday, said it's more on the way. I done made a lot of money and it's more on the way. I done got a couple plaques and it's more on the way. I put a lot of people on and it's more on the way. Lego popping up. If life a marathon, I got no choice but run amok. I've been sliding on these tracks, my haters need a salt truck. And it still won't melt the ice, and it's black. And I'm back, you talking down, what is that? Bro, you act like we ain't blessed or something. God ain't flexing something. If you want me on your set or something, cut a check or something. We been bringing dreams to life like Freddy Krueger, we ain't done. I've been moving on this blind faith from staring at the sun. Just when it sound like they don't see it, let alone what it feel like. Dog, why you worry about them? Go get your own life. Counting everybody pockets like you work for Levi. Oh my, that won't get you nowhere.
I came way too far from hiding, seeking from the police. But it came way too far, my gang was sitting in the nosebleed. Praying down on my knees, then got back up, we in the floor seats. Yeah, looking at full court games, like of course we had to go steps on full course meals, now it's more on the way. Why would I stress about these bills? I got more on the way. I'm a stellar winning politician, more on the way. Pull up deep, I'm never solo, and it's more on the way. I done put a lot of people on and got no thank you. I ain't saying I'm God or nothing, but I'm Allen Iverson. When I talk about crosses, I ain't trying to break your ankles. Tell them I've been stepping for so long, I got cankles. Wanna make me mad, try to come tell me what Jesus can't do. Make me mad. Well, you better be glad you ain't no villain, Jesus saved you. Baby glad. Everybody used to be like, what's that smell? Jesus bathed you. And the real ones always recognize me cause I'm fake proof. Every time I'm lit, I don't get bit cause I'm snake proof. Had to tell that sin, I can shake it. And I told Goliath, this is 30, I can take it. I done came too far from living dirty.
Ayy, gave me no respect. Lonely on me neck. Zeros on the check. What did y'all expect? Been round, homies kept it holy from the lobby to the penthouse. Blessings coming ODI. I need a list now. Cause it's more on the way. Made a lot of hits and it's more on the way. I done caused a lot of fits and it's more on the way. Yeah. Oh, you like that? It's more on the way. Yeah. OMG, look what God did. 9 to 5 was putting in the work when I was jobless. Couldn't get the Ray-Bans and it hurt, but now my optics. Can't believe I take a look around, they sending options. Yeah, God bless me, I know that. Had to take the whole city, put it on my whole back. Gotta take the bros with me, I cannot hold back. And not until like 4 laps, got Jesus peace, no Kodak. I'm moving like it's foreign me, they try to close the door on me. But like the chorus said, they start imploring for some more of me. If we back on that board and I be Jordan when he's scoring. It's a Mount Florence, still I play the tortoise in the story.
Billboard albums back to back, just thought that you should know that. But I got riches in his name that couldn't fit on no plaque. Rest in peace to the corny rap, cause I could not support that. He snatched me out of Proverbs 5 and I could never go back. Left the label, didn't.
Hey guys, I'm here right now with Coach Alex of PRX. Congratulations on that first map. You mentioned that you were a bit relieved to be coming into Shanghai with some more downtime than usual, especially since you weren't playing until today, this very day, right? So how did PaperX spend their time off?
I mean, we came to Shanghai, I think we spent a few days just trying to relax a little bit, start of it, trying to figure out like how we can practice. After that, it was just practice as per usual. We tried to spend like maybe 8 hours a day practicing. You know, I think that's what we did. Paid off, I guess.
I guess it does. I guess it does pay it off. Let's see if they can close out the second map.
Indeed it did. Paper X come out of the gate swinging, oh my word, with an 11-1 half. And even though they dropped a few rounds in the second, really didn't matter all that much because they were so far ahead the entire time, Mimi, that at that point all they needed was just 1 or 2 and they were in, or actually they literally just needed 2.
The outcome is crazy to me. Math is hard. It was crazy to me because I actually felt like G2 had a solid read, the read I kind of expected them to have coming in. This double duelist comp has really strong executes, but this isn't actually that great at like holding in long post plants. So they were setting up to play flood retake pretty much every round, but in these late rounds, Paper X's players were just unfathomable. The things something was doing in the post plant was disgusting.
Yeah, actually, speaking of something, it's going to bring us to our Verizon high-speed moment of the match. I don't know, pick a round. But
this one
in particular was round 3.
I picked number 3 because the way that he dashes smokes, it shoots the Prowler. My man was in 7 bullets for so long. He stays on 5, sees, I believe, the barrel, gets the kill here, swaps on 11 HP. He literally doesn't hesitate for half a second into this beautiful play that allowed PRX to do what they did during the entirety of the attack. Funny enough, the rounds where G2 were on their on an eco, they were closer to getting the round because, as Mimi is saying, they did have the read. The problem is that PaperX was reading into the read every single time that G2 was trying to distract them with a piece of utility. PaperX would turn around and get Leaf on the back or whoever is going to just crunch onto them.
Which is what we did talk about, right? We were like, what is, G2 might try and receive this aggression. What does Paper X try to do? It turns out Paper X just ran them down, Yeah,
I was kind of worried coming in that it would just be an individual outclassing, and I really think that that's what it came down to. Paper X, they played some really nice post plans. They have great synergy between their players, and they just have some ridiculous shooters. Something played incredible. Jing played incredible. There was rounds where people were double swinging into Mind Freak, and he was getting both kills. Like, all of these guys on any other team would be the #1 talent that everyone talks about, but they are all condensed onto this single roster, and that's what makes them so ridiculously hard to play against, because even if you have the right macro read, they will just dominate you with their incredible micro.
I felt that there would be an end to something using the operator the way that he did, but what he did on the attack was filthy. We were seeing Icy on camera, the fact that the 2 ults that he was gonna shoot, something is on the other side with the operator. He doesn't even have a chance. He barely even finished the voice lines. Like, it's just crazy.
Do you remember the round?
He was literally in the open, being like, "Come at me, come at me."
Where he whiffed with his blades in mid, and then updraft dashes bottom mid with a classic, and he gets the kill.
He's committed.
It's not fair. It's simply not fair.
Commitment issues. He's a catch.
All right,
I love this team.
Let's go ahead, though,
I hate them. And I love them.
Pivot over to our AIM Lab shoot-around. We're going to check in on Leaf, talk about G2. Now we're going into Lotus here. Listen, I mean, you got to call a spade for spade in this situation, right? Or spade a spade, rather. This is not a good situation for G2 to find themselves in here, because now you just got Paper X'd, and you're about to get Paper X'd again in Lotus, because the way that they play with reckless abandon.
Yes.
But it's like coordinated reckless abandon.
You say that the late rounds look like it, but I think the mid-rounding and the early rounds from Paper X was really on point. But Paper Thin was talking about this a lot in the cast, but I feel like this is a Paper X who takes their time a lot more, who's really actually quite thorough in the way that they're calling these rounds. And then it's the late rounds where we get the more classic Paper X, chaotic individual moments. But there's a lot of detail ahead of that as well that you have to give credit to this team for. They've really stepped up.
Again, but it has to do with the attack. I agree with that. Like, they found the right merge of like being super aggressive and just sending it to like getting a couple of players, trying to force some rotations. I think that it was beautiful to see, but they will need to keep it up in Lotus. And now with them starting on the defense, it scares me a bit. Yes, the results that we saw from G2 were not the best on the attack against Heretics, but I do think that was on Heretics. Like, the utility usage that they had in Lotus was not allowing them to perform evenly. But hear me out. If there's an operator on the game for something, it's just so complicated to play against.
Oh, there goes your agent select there. Nothing really all that crazy. How does G2
Paper
get
X's
themselves out of
comp
this?
is standard, but it is still weird, right? They're
Standard
giving up
for
the
them.
Viper,
Yeah.
so they have a lot less
I mean, they did
stall.
change it for playoffs.
Yeah, Yeah, and they have very little stall on this defensive side because no Viper or Cypher or Killjoy to really hard hold a site. And on their attack, they don't have that Viper wall to condition. So their attack sides can be a little bit more telegraphed, but I still really feel like it's going to come down to the individuals and how will they perform in the late round. PaperX is just unbeaten in that respect.
Yeah, exactly. And for the stalling utility, I'm looking at Forsaken. We talked about how he is a flex god and he needs to show up in this defense if they want to take this home.
Well, let's find out if G2 can manage to make this series go the distance. Send it over to your casters. Here's Clinton and Paper Thin.
Who?
All right, changing it up after yesterday, I see. I don't know. I don't want to be either.
Oh, no. Come on, man.
I'll be Paper Thin.
Come on, man.
I'll be Paper Thin. You can
That's unbelievable. I took Seth. Which one? Okay, fine. Whatever. You know what? You know what? This round is you. You go ahead.
All right. Roger that. Well, let's go ahead and get ready to jump into the action. Lotus once again for the side of Paper Rex. Talking about, how do you get a read on this team? Teams have been able to do it on this map in the past. You think about Gen G going up against each other in that grand final. This is one of those maps that Gen G was able to take away from PRX. So while they still are incredibly strong on it, there are weaknesses that can be exploited.
Well, I mean, this is, again, just like Split, a very important side here for G2, because usually on their Lotus, which is very, very good, they're 4-1 in stage 1. It's this attacker side that gets it done, like most of the world. However, going up against PaperX, they're tricky. They love to isolate fights.
This lurk from Jonah is absolutely gorgeous. Forward at Mound, something not ready for it at all. Fantastic headshot coming across. Now things very much slowed down. Silence here. As PaperX do have a 3-man stack over here towards A. They hear the Prowler checking back Rubble. Ping's coming down, but G2 seemingly not satisfied with this, so they themselves also going to drift away.
It is a bit hard on the early part of the round to read off of just killing something. A lot of times it's going to be like Forsaken or Divide backing him up. So you got to be worried about that. If something gives it away over on this A site. And so therefore, they've got enough info. Leaf's able to sit there behind Mound long enough, doesn't get any other attention. And he says, guys, I'm pretty sure C is open. Let's make a try. And they read it correctly. Nicely done here by G2 to start this pistol.
Vision now coming through, but do they read Leaf's position at the moment just outside of B? Tucked away. The spike plant comes in. Looks like they're starting to swing. They're starting to watch for it, but he still puts one down. Forsaken, taken out. How much more damage can he deal? The double push coming through. They're able to flush him out, but out. Trade back as Jing ends up falling. Mindfreak finding Jonah P. Paranoia not going to be connecting, but door still has to be retapped. 2v3 with Icy tagged up. PaperX look to try to retake this C site for themselves. Mindfreak wary about the corner, sends it there, but everybody playing on the site itself. Push up over the top. Trent finds the headshot, takes out Divine. Mindfreak being encroached upon as Icy comes down over the top. Kill's going to be found, and that's going to be G2 picking up another pistol.
Phenomenal mid-rounding here from G2. Kind of understanding some of the lack of information that they're getting and putting the pieces together to know that they can make it go towards that C site. And it all starts with that opening pick by Jonah P. This is a huge win. I don't think something really anticipated that he had already gotten to that side of the mound. He's kind of got caught with his pants down a bit there. And yeah, it's gonna bother Alex. I mean, you and I are used to seeing that. That's a common occurrence in Pacific.
For anybody who hasn't watched PaperX, in which case, welcome to Valorant. They've been here for a while. This is normal.
Yes.
You don't have to be concerned. Might have to be concerned though. As that's going to be a double kill coming through here for Icy, down to 20 HP, but still solid value found with that stinger. 2 solid picks as Jing still just sat back behind the box just outside Baby Door, frenzy in hand. See what kind of damage he can really deal. Something wanting them to push over towards him. But Trent is banging through the box, gets the headshot, gets some follow-up damage there on a Forsaken, setting up for the easy kill for Jonah P. Now it's just going to be an orb take here for something, see what kind of damage he can deal, but still a turret, noting him. I don't know exactly where he's at. Dash at the ready as the plant will come through. Icy going to be getting himself just past the halfway point towards that showstopper.
It's so good from G2. They're so well coordinated with pushing and pulling, taking turns to trade. Well, can't quite find the connection.
He's got to be ready for this forward presence, and he is. Snappy with that headshot. So he looks to deal a little bit of increased damage. Swing out, gets himself a second. 1 HP, another shot down at the corpse. Some more shots down at the corpse, and says, okay, I'm ready. Come take me. Phantom will be carried over. G2 will start off 2-0.
Okay, something is going to get his, but this is just a great start for G2. I love the way they're working the map, being really methodical, using those high pen weapons to great effect through the boxes, all the things that you would want. I mean, yeah, that's pretty darn nasty something. But it's
clean with it.
Yeah, it's just really impressive for G2. I love the way they played these last couple rounds. It's good mid-rounding, and in this round, it's just good coordinated play. Kind of suss out where Paper Rex was setting up their defenses. Now you don't get much attention over at A. And they're going to try to make a push towards mid. Oh my god. Making so much noise as Paper Rex.
Yeah. Swing out, nothing spotted. Then G2 swing their way back in towards B. He's retaking this space. Prowler the guide and something. Dead. Leaf with a headshot. Outlaw opening things up once again over here towards C. Nano out just to try to clear some space. There's no real util you have to be worried about. Not playing KJ on the opposite side.
That's huge.
Just trying to check an angle.
They're winning those battles against something over at Mound, and that opens up the map so much more. Makes it so much more difficult for Paper Rex to find any lurks or flanks or anything like that. So much space is under G2's control.
And look at this rotation. I mean, PRX, they fully bought into this C hit for the time being. Now the approach slowly creeping up over towards A. Mind Freak sending out that paranoia. Now needing the TP out to safety. Gets himself in towards back sight. Safe for the moment, but approaches here on multiple fronts, and that's going to be Icy swinging in from the right, catching him completely off guard. Kill found, and now in a 3v5 where you have to retake the call to save. It looks like it's already been done. Divine inching forward, seeing if he spots anything else out here, but G2, they're going to be converting this bonus, and this is a fantastic start for the squad.
They're playing great. I love the way that they're working the map, taking their time a little bit at the beginning, and then isolating players. Able to just kind of bully their way through. Devi trying to do some damage on the way out. Good fault line to set him up.
Fault line sent, but it will be instantly traded. Can't hold over that weapon, so now just Forsaken and Jing. Sat back. Gonna try to maintain these weapons. Forsaken, surely he doesn't swing the challenge. We'll just back away. Stay tucked there at upper. Here's the push. Oh, he goes for last second, but is able to go ahead and hold on to his weapon. But 3-0 start, G2. This is everything you want to see for this America squad after what we witnessed on Split.
Yep. And they've got a showstopper to boot. Great opening shot from Leaf. Just completely.
Right there.
And now you get to mostly for the side of Paper Rex. And that showstopper as well. Something to be accounted for. But now Paper Rex looks like they might want to challenge this rubble space.
Chucked in. Nothing significant going to be found there.
Jing just trying to play an angle where maybe he can catch the showstopper out of the air.
Mind Freak in behind here. Swing on the corner. Jonah P going to be taking low. Showstopper now going to be coming in. Mind Freak able to find one, but Icy takes out Trent. Some friendly fire to be found as the flash coming through. Divine trying to steady the aim. Eventually he's able to find that headshot. And now Leaf arrives. Puts one down. Nanoswarm there at back rubble, forcing Devi out into the open. The Classic to try to find the kill, but he cannot. Devi will collect 3 as Paper Rex get themselves on the board.
Opts to re-challenge Rubble and pays the price. It's that util coordination from the Breach and the Omen makes it so difficult behind that. And it's just Devi so aware. Gets a good flash for himself as well. That Sky.
Angry at the start, calm at the end.
That's the thrifty reaction.
Again, big presence here towards A from G2. Slow creep up towards this orb. Survivor Seekers at the ready. On the way from the Nightfall here is Trent, but looks like they just want to contact up into the site. Swing on the corner, Jink spotting. Paint Shell sent to try to slow them up. Paranoia going to be sent through Devi. Playing off the back of that fault line, catches Fallon. Jing now all the way in behind Rubble. Takes out Leaf, takes out another. Looks to try to find Trent, but Trent will finally put him down by dead. Entry coming through. Forsaken not ready for it. Mind Freak able to get one. Now, Two duelists getting ready to duke it out. 30 HP here for Icy. Needs to have the headshot. Needs to be snappy, but he can't quite make it happen. Still, solid damage dealt here. G2 damn near taking away every single weapon from the PRX camp, but they will be able to find the second round win.
I mean, Jing is just unreal. The timings that he'll take on those blast packs is just, it's otherworldly. It's ethereal. The way that he finds these openings and can recover so fast. And he's just so snappy, almost gets a third. And then something had a very weak Icy to deal with just a Guardian. An opportunity for Icy potentially, but very tricky situation.
The contrast.
Yeah.
Between how the players are vibing on stage and Alex watching from behind. Probably even more frustrated because you can hear them being happy and cheerful.
Yeah, and Forsaken's like, Jing, you got 3 kills, good job. And Alex, meanwhile, you're making mistakes.
So Jing looking for more. Very aggressive space take there from him. Does pull back. Now sight's going to be turned over towards B. Quick clear here on the Prowler. He's just trying to check that forward corner. Make sure that no one's going to be tucked away.
Yeah, G2 looking to see if they can maybe isolate a fight or set up a 2v1 against something. Has to back out because of that haunt. And they are going to try to make a push, but again, it's that tucked in position of Leaf. Let's see if this time Paper Rex remembers. Oh, they do.
Hello.
Yeah, Forsaken able to get that kill. Leaf going to be taken down.
Right.
Something still. Jiggle peeking back over here by Icy. Icy up on top of the wall with the Prowler. That's going to be enough to force something out, so he actually doesn't fall for the trap. Just pulls back into the site. Final Seeker going to get cleared up.
The Seekers just mega trolled. All 3 of them went towards Jonah P. I guess they had to because of the door.
A dangerous jump because a dangerous challenge, but he still comes out on top. Icy, dead. Paint shell, not getting much damage dealt. Valen now at 1. So a little bit whippy there with the spray. Sends out the snake bite. Forsaken does have to tuck back around the corner, but now Divide continues to try to hold them here. At will be able to do so now. They have this 50-50 set up. Divide not even needing the reinforcements, not needing the flank. Gets a second as Trent does fall, and now it's just Valen trying to hold on to that weapon with 1 health.
Yeah, just good proactive play here from Paper Rex, clearing that corner where Leaf was hiding. Doing a really nice job this time remembering problems that occurred previously. And they're just doing a great job of holding the line at the front of B. Yep, just 1 and done. I love that. And then they use a Hawk to check. Don't get any confirmation on it. I mean, something is gonna hit those shots. He's just built like that.
Bit different.
Bit different. And Divide, so sturdy as always. I mean, just what a year he's been having. This is absolutely incredible. Divide has been so good for Paper Rex for the last 2 years. But this year again, he's just been absolutely wonderful.
Look at this forward space take here from the side of PRX. Clear out on the boom bot. Paint shells just going to be exchanged on either side. It's now Nightfall going to be coming through. And Paper Rex quickly do make their departure. It's just a util dump with everyone walking away completely unscathed.
You don't get much out of that Nightfall. You do get another orb. You still have the lockdown.
Flash out, Mind Freak pushing on the back of it is able to collect 1, but Icy Trent responding in kind. Trent gets himself a second. Jing trying to push forward. It's going to be shut down now. It's all on something. Last man standing in the 1v2. The lockdown also available. They're going to hightail it over to A. Should have a decent timing on the ult. Something's reading this, knows where they're going to be headed. But can he clutch it out? Oh, it's going to be stacked against him. Leaf playing that first contact, staring in towards stairs here. Tucks back. Turret set up. Something spotting it. Just trying to inch forward, take as much space as he possibly can before alerting. Swings in, gets the headshot, lockdown. Not going to be in play. Rush around the backhand side, looking to peek in towards tree, spots nothing, but now he knows it's going to be approaching in from main, especially as the Prowler comes in. He wants the fight. Sees connects. Time ticking. He wants this kill before he goes for the defuse. He swings in. He's able to find it. Something clutches it out. And Paper Rex will take the lead.
Unbelievable. I mean, this is just a straight aim duel on Mound. And G2 comes out ahead. Kind of an over-aggression, I think, from Divide there with that last peek in a 2v1. But that gives something an opportunity to go to the other side. He's so quick with the rotation again. and he gets the info immediately as he gets over there. He hears the bunny hopping, he hears the door open from tree, and then he gets to see where the turret comes. So he's able to isolate these fights. That's so smart from something, and very aware of his situation and the timings that he has to push Trent. Trent threw literally every piece of util he had at him and still couldn't buy enough time.
Sabar. Iya, sabar.
His damage at the beginning of the round, those 3 kills that got him into that position, having that advantage was on his back. Just can't quite close the Paper X now in the lead by 1 round. Leaf again. It's just his happy place. Tucked away, listening for these rotations. In the meantime, Icy entering over in towards C. Showstopper out. As there's the aftershock, they're still aware of it. And they flash him right into the damage. They flush him out. And they say, you're not getting away with it again. Hit invested, however. They're trying to make things a little bit more difficult. But Showstopper in the corner. That's it. Double kill chain. Picks up Balance, picks up Icy. Paint shell, lobbed in. Jonah P. Just trying to play elusively, trying to play quietly. Shorty now in hand. Fault line across Jing. Pops his way in, pops his way out. He finds him. A 3-piece, the cleanup, and Paper X broadening the lead in flawless fashion.
They're unbelievable. They're absolutely unbelievable. The speed at which they can play is unmatched sometimes. This is just one of those rounds. They do a good job early. Mind Freak abandons the site. They isolate this kill with the aftershock and the flash, and then Jing finds the Showstopper, blinded by the paranoia, still hits 2, and then knows that likely he's got a player, Jonah P, just near him, switches to the shorty, takes it down. So aware are Paper Rex, and it's going to be a timeout for G2 as they looked so good getting that bonus Achilleos, getting those first 3 rounds. Since then, 5 in a row for Paper Rex.
I gotta do him like that. This man's playing a solid game right now. Well, timeout going to be called here from G2. It's a very solid start with a run back. 5 consecutive here for Paper X. Building up that momentum here on Lotus once again. Very scary prospect, especially considering that this is the defender side to start.
Right, and this is usually the better side of the map for G2, is this attacker side. At least so far this year. This is where they've been doing their damage, and it looked like
Good
they
luck,
were.
have fun.
And I mean, I'm very impressed with G2 here today. They're oftentimes able to go blow for blow, but when you get dragged down in the mud with Paper X, this happens to everybody, happens to every team. They just can kind of outthink you and outplay you in the heat of the moment.
Yep.
That's what makes him so tricky. And Jing's, these blast packs he's having today are some of the best I've seen all year. And that's saying something, because we've seen some good ones, but he's finding these unbelievable timings. That Showstopper was ridiculous.
Works from him. Still no operator here in sight. As things bouncing back into front line. Yep, no, Icy still has his. Icy's on the opposite side of the map. He's doing a little bit of trolling and doing a lot of damage. Able to find Forsaken. Getting some revenge for himself there after the previous round. But now Valen going to be taken down. Man advantage here for the side of Paper Rex, and weapons not able to be recovered here.
Are they going to invest in Nightfall? That's the big question for me right now for G2.
Tap onto the door, the approach getting ready to come through. It might be a bit of an overcommit from them, but now Trent finding a kill. Shuts it down, re-swing in, Jing. Hesitating for a moment, but now entries in around the back, finds the first one. Blast back to try to offset, continues to swing in. It works a treat. Icy collects that kill. Now a 2v2. Out in the open though, Divine collecting the first, can't quite find it.
1 HP.
1v1, but Jonah P's just so
Nice.
Mind Freak. It's served up to him on a silver platter. Time decently close. G2 a solid effort off the back of the timeout, but it will be Paper X getting themselves up to 6.
I mean, again, it's good patience. Devi waiting, expecting that aggressive push from Valen. Try to gain a little bit of space, able to cut that down. They trade 1 for 1 with Leaf. Again, they're reading those positions that Leaf was trying to tuck into pretty well. But he this time has a Sheriff in hand, just hits a great shot. Then they come through, and it's Jing again. Hits a blast pack right as he anticipates that fade util coming. He gets right over that C's, gets in the back line, and they have no idea. And it throws the round completely awry for G2. As good as they played that round, Jing just played it better.
Oh, paranoia, the fault line in, but Valen's still going to be standing tall. Finds both kills. Jing, Mind Freak now going to be taking down Divide, dead on the back end. Rolling Thunder committed. something in ahead of Jonah P. Is able to catch there on the one. Do they suspect the player from behind? It's like something does. Can he do anything about it is the question. Continues to swing in. He's going for the something wide swing. And Jonah's having none of it. He just waits for him to stop dead in his tracks. And he does take him down. A solid and clean reply here from G2. Breaking the win streak of Paper X.
That is the something swing. Just great positioning here from Valen, unaccounted for. Yeah, that paranoia hits a lot of players, but Valen doesn't get hit, so it makes it easy for him to just cut Paper X down as they try to push that angle. Incredible. Great read.
Yep. And
anticipating the aggressiveness, and yeah, he doesn't like it.
Fairly costly as well, the Rolling Thunder. I mean, committed after 2 players that had already been taken down.
That's true.
Something now. Does get the operator into the mix. Quick break on the baby door there from Forsaken. Paranoia across, a little bit of damage going to be found there off the paint shells. As it's just blind spray across. Jing, quick exit. How does he know? Dodges out on that season. I don't know. He just knows that it's coming his way.
Just incredible. The senses he has. Just the unbelievable reaction time.
But all this effort is just to try to push them over to it. Something he gets the leg shot on the Trent. But he cannot confirm the kill. Nightfall connecting the Prowler on the chase. He's got to clear it out. He's got to backpedal, but he cannot. Jonah P able to intercept. Stops the exit, takes him down. And now the lockdown sent inside tree. Right there. Forsaken in a very committed position. Fault line. Ooh. Now counter spam. Jonah takes him out. The rest of the team have to respect this ult.
Scout destroyed.
No blizzard spots on the one. A reposition necessary there from Trent. Drops back down.
Shadows traveling.
Paper X though. Ash decent on a lot of the players. Do they actually commit in for this retake? The 3v5 Snakebite to go ahead and further delay, and Icy on a very deep line all the way back here behind Rubble. Waiting for his moment. Jake, the push up into smoke, he's able to find one. Tries to backpedal out. They know Icy, but they should know as well that this round is over. That this is going to be completely unsavable with Divine out. Caught into a bad position, does get taken down. Mind Freak able to put 2 down. And Valen will be the last one to survive. But cash-wise, G2, they are flush with it. Now they get themselves up to 5.
Yeah, this is a great execute here from G2, using that Nightfall to keep something guessing. He decides to stick around before he clears the Prowler, and he pays the price. Very nicely timed. Wait for that shot, and then they swing around the corner. Just reading the positionings here at Paper X. Off of that fault line, they're able to kind of guess that Forsaken's going to go back upstairs, take him down. Very nicely done by G2.
Got him, my boy.
And now they have a chance to make this even in this half. Icy one away from a showstopper.
Oh my god. Jing, oh my god, sniped out of the sky is Icy. Comes up with 2. Tag down to 30, but still alive and well. What a shutdown.
Nggak tahu sih, mungkin
picking him out of the sky.
Gitu kali.
Something now on the opposite side of the door, the showstopper. Just escort them forward here onto this B site. Tap of the door. Icy dead, but finds himself another elimination. And Mind Freak now, last one standing, cannot make it happen. We are tied up at 6-6.
Yeah, a great bounce back here from G2. After Paper X strung so many rounds together, they're able to answer right back at the end. Finally get their footing. Finally start working together well as a team. Winning some of these opening exchanges again. And that's just insanely good shooting from Icy, the rookie. Getting it done there. The transfer onto the second. Get the showstopper, gets the third.
Beneran mereka kayak
awesome stuff from Icy.
Incredibly solid round to bring us to complete parity between these teams. Tied up 6-6. Players will take a moment, take a breather here during the halftime. But for now, let's zoom in a bit more on Jonah P with our Omen player moment.
Yeah, this is Jonah P from G2 Valorant. I mean, honestly, I wanted to win this game extremely bad. Not only to get us into playoffs, but we had a Berlin boot camp back in December, a while back, and Heretics, we scrimmed them quite a bit. They destroyed us, but yeah, it was not very clean from us, and you know, but just making that comeback and having that, you know, storyline for us, it felt great. We're not known for making big comebacks like that. We're known for the reverse, choking 9-3s, 8-4s, 10-4s, you name it. Like, we have so many games like that, so having that 9-3 comeback on the 3rd map just felt great.
Oh, wait. That's a really good fault line. Jonah P in a 1v3.
all staring at elbow. Benji Fisher will fall, make it to an ace to potentially close the map. Can he pull it off? They're both right there. The spam onto the first, they're both weak. He's gonna
Next line.
It kind of makes sense why people underestimate us. Like, our regular season was pretty inconsistent. And, you know, if you're an inconsistent team, you're going to get, you know, some criticism, which is totally fair. So, yeah, just coming to this event, we don't really care what people say. We're just focused on why we're being inconsistent and, you know, just every day work to be better and work to fix those mistakes that we make.
Wow!
Working on the consistency, working on getting better, and right now we've been seeing that in real time. From the run back on split to now being dead even on Paper X's map pick of Lotus. They'll swap sides, but this is where they need to be the most prepared. That attack half getting ready to come in here from Paper X.
And they had a solid defender side against Heretics despite losing the map. They went 5-5 before it was closed out by Team Heretics. So certainly G2 can get this done, and you know, with that extra Sentinel there, gonna give you an extra layer of defense. You know, is Paper X gonna be able to clear it? It's not like they're unfamiliar playing against this comp. It's what most people run.
Ini harusnya roundnya mereka sih.
Turret
Roundnya PRX.
to alert here, and now a triple push out of B main. No, double back here. Is Valen not going to be joining in? Third recall the alarm bot. Still set up.
Look at this flank.
Are they going to be ready for this crunch from behind?
Mereka retake ya mainnya.
Retake
semua.
Can't confirm the kill.
No touch.
Minor amount of damage dealt there. Something noting one. Spotting out Icy back over here towards the spawn. Swings out wide. Valen trying to get the kill, and he can. Down to 5 HP.
Low banget nggak sih?
Connecting. Forsaken has to drop back.
1 HP cok 5, 140 apa 120.
Bolt line going to be sent. Jing looking to swing off that one, but nothing really going to be noted for now. He's just keeping Icy held back. Jump across the way.
Ya Allah,
it's going to be
guys.
Valen collecting another one.
Guys.
Valen with 3. Divide.
Hello.
Jing put down and
Guys.
Forsaken. Can't find anything.
Huh?
4K for the IGL as G2. They will take the other pistol round here in this map.
What a retake here
What
for
happened,
G2.
guys?
Just
Hello,
on their horse, off the
please.
rip, just reading that.
Jangan
Paper X isn't going
memainkan.
to change direction if they give up that space on A. And they're
Don't
just
too much
pushing through
playing.
attacker spawn as fast as they can, and they're hitting some great shots. And he got flashed down to 5 HP, and then he's still able to win these battles. Unbelievable, Valen. Unbelievable. Huge 4K for him. And, yeah, I mean, Paper X just couldn't hit their shots. That's all there was to it, to be honest.
Free sight, trying to get into that post-plant situation, but just picked apart one after the other. Let me see. Triple Bulldog purchase here coming through from the side of G2. Stinger and Spectre alongside that is Forsaken. Gonna try to escort them forward here on to C. Something getting a little bit of damage. Just get the headshot there on the leaf. He'll be knocked down to 46. Spots out Jing, who swings around the back, Bucky in hand, able to find one, but Valen puts an end to that. Entry power now taken away. Bucky into the hands of the Devise. The plant tapped for a moment, but not committed to.
I have the spike.
Give it over to Mind Freak. See if they can set their positions up with this Bucky. Do some more damage with it. Great sees.
Yep, sees in, looking for the kill on the paint shells, and Divine now dead. That Spectre.
Time out gak sih guys? Sumpah time out ini cok.
Mind Freak, he doesn't want to move a muscle.
Kacau banget.
Push up into the smoke, just looking to try to play a timing, looking to get a catch. He cannot. And Icy, despite being
Time out
dazed
gak
up.
sih?
Headshot into the kill. Leaf the only casualty. G2. They'll move up by 2. Now 8 to
Berdoa
6.
saja.
Yeah, just brilliant stuff here again with their util combos. Yeah, you lose a player to the Bucky, but so what? That Seize Nade combo works a treat there, isolating Devi and Mind Freak on the back of the site, so they can't really get much done. Devi gets taken out by it. It's just so nice here from G2. You can see the confidence starting to flow for this G2 squad. They're starting to play together. And that's when things get a little bit scary here. Paper X is looking a little bit off at times on this map. Looking to grab a judge here for Jing. It looks like to me they're gonna consider a pretty big C hit as Rebel control completely taken.
Device is dead off the rip. Leave for the peek out. Outlaw in hand. We'll shrug off that damage taken.
Chill out guys, nafas.
Smoke now. Try to stave off this push. Bro checking outside of B there from Trent as well. Now for these rotations to start to come through. Entry in.
Aduh.
They know that the site is clear, but Leaf Still tucked away here at Waterfall. Fishing for that shot. Backs away just in time. Something unable to get that hit coming through. Flash in deep. He swings out, but still can't steady the aim. Trent claims 2. His Mind Freak taken down. Forsaken gonna be scouted, spamming away, trying to keep himself alive. Sprays down 1, but he's running out of bullets. Now it's all Jing, and as the fight comes in, he will shut him down. G2 convert the bonus, they move up now. 9-6.
Gak apa-apa sih, masih ada. Kalau emang roadnya kalah masih ada next round.
One by one.
Ayolah, bisa lah.
Trying to win some of these battles, but the numbers advantage for G2 is there. And they're going to take another bonus. It's just a little much here from Paper Rex. Kind of just, yeah, getting too aggressive. I agree. Timeout's going to be needed because that was, you know, the first player, fine. You send something out there, you try to set them up with a flash, totally fine with that. But after that, you might as well just lock them down and try to use that amazing choke point you have where the defenders have to come through Waterfall, just knock them down. And again, these opening picks from Leaf, he is so clean with those snipers. Has been all tournament.
Trent as well, just really shutting down the
Devi just got shit on. I just hit him with
the opening push. As well, he's not necessarily wrong.
He is not wrong at all.
Very solid early kill to be found there. Paper Rex needed to make the most out of these last 15 seconds here on the timeout. Plenty of words exchanged between Alex and the rest of the squad. Can they find that round victory? They're going to be forcing up a bit for a full stinger buy. Spoiler alert.
I mean, they're going to try to do to G2 what G2 does to other teams. Catch them with those stingers, catch them a bit off guard. Icy does have the op. So, power weapon in the hands of G2.
Agresif
no
banget.
Odin just yet, but
gini.
Gonna be tricky now.
Mending lu gini.
For Paper Rex.
Santai guys, santai. Gitu
See
kali.
if they're just gonna go for an explosive B hit. It's being read decently by G2. Got a lot of delay utility in there with the Omen and the Fade. So this could be tricky.
Operator now here for Icy. Situated over towards A, but looks like with this rush, with this buy, they want to just full send it in towards B, but do they rebalance position? And so far, they have not. And now he strikes, finds the first one, Mind Freak, trying to take him down.
Kenapa nggak ada nge-tech box?
Nice. However, going to be overwhelmed. Something dashing away, keeps himself alive and in the mix. Jing scoops up a Phantom.
Aku merasakan atmosfernya udah berbeda
Alert towards the spike. It's being watched behind the box by Leaf, and he's making noise.
The noise made, and Leaf
Gak jadi guys.
able to find that kill, and now they are in such a dire position. Prowler in for the check. Their spots up. Making their positions known. But G2 confident. They know that these players on the other side are so very low, especially with something taking that damage. 12 HP remaining on him. Legs.
Kenapa guys?
Halo. From beneath him. Something falls, Jing marked, looking for the reveal, the Prowler up over the top, gets the bite, and Trent will find the kill. Only 2 eliminations found, Spike now planted, Paper Rex not getting that bonus cash, G2 hit the double digits.
Yeah, G2 just reading this hit very, very nicely. Valen's positioning, knocks 2 down, and that's about it. That's basically round over. I mean, yeah, Paper Rex scrappy as heck. Trying to do what they can is something. He gets 2, and then he's able to dash away, try to buy some time and space, but never really able to get comfortable, is coming from just about every angle possible. RG2.
One down.
They look very clean right now. Paper Rex is struggling to get anything done on this attacker side.
I don't even necessarily know if they noted the operator, because Icy was just on this A side the entire time. The rest of the team, they were the ones dealing with Paper Rex. Do they know that he has this? Right now he's sat up just watching in towards tree. Gonna try to reinforce Jonah P's position here. Door will full swing shot, re-tap on it. Trailblazer checking forward, but not scouting him out. Something rushing right into the spider's web.
Come on lah, please.
They've got a great read. G2 is just all over everything Paper Rex wants to do.
Paranoia.
Yeah.
Sure if that got the catch on to both of them. Either way, slowed up. Plant now, getting ready to come in. Jing needs to try to hold here. Outside the baby door, checks close with that. Connection not going to be found. Trying to be in the meantime. Caught. Mind Freak coming away with that kill. Swing out. Dink in. Divine. Able to find Leaf. Finishes him off. Just tucks away. Eats a little bit of damage there from the paint shells. Fault line now crashing across. Valen going to be taken down. Jing able to find that. Mind Freak still lingering, still lurking. Finds Trent.
Let's go.
Will be able to get themselves back on the board, putting up their first round victory here on this attack side.
Yeah, it was a nice job here by Jing to flush out some players to keep them towards Mindfreak's lurk here by Rubble. You can see they use the showstopper, and that's when he strikes. Great patience, great timing, great coordination from Paper Rex. And this time around, they're able to get their feet planted, get the crossfire set up, get this post plant in their favor, find that lurk. That's so successful, but now you got a couple big ults for G2 to consider. Showstopper, Nightfall.
You can turn this around on them really quickly.
Yep.
Paper X looking for something a bit pacey here. Something slowed up. Boombot checking forward, but Jonah still statuesque here. Just tucked away.
They just keep doing it, these cheeky positions.
Okay, well, Divide, check behind the tree this time around. The push forward, he spotted him, but that paranoia timing is just perfect. Showstopper at the ready, Icy spotting one, sends a Divide down to a sliver. Mindfreak swinging out, finding one, but then taken down. Spike still bring forward now on the floor. Valen shuts it down. Jing cannot find any more value. G2 get themselves up to 11, not allowing for Paper X to string two together.
Yeah, these awesome defensive setups that G2 is using are just completely fooling Paper Rex. Every time there's a player in a different spot, and Jonah P can get so much info. The paranoia so good from Valen. Just love what I'm seeing from G2. They are so on top of Paper Rex in terms of where their util is going to go, where that util is going to be checking, particularly Devi's util. How many times have we seen those Trailblazers not see a player and it costs Paper Rex a life?
Yeah. And corners in general right now very much working against PRX. The second timeout going to be used. Last one here from Alex. Casting them out to sea and hoping they
play for fun, guys.
Play for fun.
Play for fun.
For now, G2, all advantages pretty much theirs. 3 ults for Paper X available at the moment, but that Nightfall already online for Trent. Lockdown not too far off from Leaf.
It's going to be tough. It's going to have to be one of the most impressive comebacks. Not the most we've seen in this tournament, but because we've seen quite a few of nutty ones. But it would be a very impressive one for sure for Paper Rex. They could string this back, but in my mind, G2 just too good on this map right now. Paper X pretty one-dimensional for the most part. One of the few rounds they had success was taking A control and then pivoting towards B. You know, they've tried some explosive hits towards C. They tried just kind of W-king their way into A, and every time there's been an answer from this G2 squad. Let's see, Devi is the Seekers. They're gonna pop them. They're gonna wait a little bit. They're looking for some attention over towards Rubble, and Devi on his own with the spike. A couple players coming out towards mid.
Double peek out for a second. I mean, with just a stinger, can't really challenge against this one. G2, Wiley probably gonna be happy. They get the fault line out of him, put that on cooldown. Again, Trailblazer forward. Checking, not spotting anything though. Donet P holding up close. He collects 2 kills.
Guys, come on lah.
Taken
Don't
down.
be trolling lah, guys.
Seek by Sen, but what damage dealt already, and Jonah now just 1 away from having that pit online to make Paper X's lives that much more difficult. Forsaken wants to try to get this Rolling Thunder. Now just gonna be a back off. Space given over. G2 confident in their retake here in a 5v3.
They're gonna be coming through the door. A couple different angles, gonna be really tricky. Forsaken trying to get ahead of it.
Trying to get ahead of it, but instead
For a second, what happened with you guys? Hello?
On the floor, Devi, now last one standing. Swings out, finds the first, is not ready for Icy. G2, they're gonna get themselves up to 12. Map point to take us over to Bind.
Just so steady right now from G2. They are just in complete control, and Jonah P at the point of attack wins a 1v2. They're giving him opportunities. You know, they're not swinging together sometimes. You're not trying to maybe go for that something peak there where he goes out first, tries to buy a lot of space, but it's just because Jonah P's just a little bit ahead of it. Nice. Takes Mindfreak down, and then, of course, something's going to try to reswing. They're ready for it, but now Paper X, a little bit quieted. And there's a ton of ults here for both sides. Nightfall, Viper's Pit,
G2.
Messy. Yeah.
Get out of my way.
It's gonna get messy.
For now, Knives popped something. He's playing off solo towards this C site. Oh, the Killjoy utility set up to try and interrupt him. 100% down, seeing any movement out of Leaf whatsoever, but Leaf just staying back. Not sure if that Rolling Thunder is going to be escorting that jet forward, so wants to just go ahead and concede some space for now.
Comeback
Same
comeback.
fight to try to slow things up. Jonah P going to be noted there over at Stairs and Divide. Taking it down, Jonah P pushing forward, finds that elimination. Now tucks back over towards the Stairs position. The Mind Freak as well, knocked down to 36. An immense amount of damage dealt. Jing here at drop. Just a bulldog, 3 players on the opposite side. Boombot coming his way, has to be cleared out. They managed to do so. Fault not spotting as the Seas comes out. Now it's going to be the Rolling Thunder to try to push them back. Connections on the multiple, but Pain Shell's not finding the value.
So well timed on that Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, Pit still in play here for G2. Not able to drop that one, but Forsaken finds an opening kill. Valen going to be taken down.
Semangat bang.
All used Mind Freak repositioning, gets himself over here by Rubble. Jonah, another kill, a third.
Aduh.
Jing dead, something tucked away, finds the first one, drifting around the backhand side. Nice pull, finds himself an elimination.
Ace. Enggak ding. 4K.
Trying to hold for the fuse, push onto the corner of the right, not taking him down, but has a timing bot. Yes, it has. Something clutching out the round.
Oh, clutch. Oh, nice. Gue kira udah kelar guys. Fuck.
Can hold on to their hopes.
Oh shit.
I mean, just Paper X players start dropping like flies, and I'm just like, okay, we're going to bind.
Ilyas.
But then something just
Ilyas.
barely. Crazy stuff here from Jonah P. He is really
MVP
feeling
Ilyas
it right now. Something finally getting those blades.
Wake up guys, wake
Who
up
he
guys.
wants to
Ayo,
on
come on,
this
come on,
map.
come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on,
There's
come
a
on,
fair
come
amount
on.
of Paper X fans here in the audience today. Seeing a lot of the purple and pink jerseys.
But it cost them everything. I mean, granted, a lot of commitments there on the side of G2 as well. But Leaf still one away from having that lockdown online. Paper X had to dump everything that they had. And because they all go down, that Outlaw can find value here. Only Forsaken with full armor.
Now they're back to kind of taking their time, spreading the map a little bit, trying to find some of those open areas. Leaf again with this Outlaw. He's been so good. A great flash to clear that angle by Paper Rex. Now they're going to be able to kind of work their way through. Something going to be the one left behind this time to potentially try to cut off these rotations. There's a toxic screen in the way. Buys a little bit of time for Valen to slide over. Good fault line, it's both.
Connects on the 2. They managed to pull back though. Give themselves up the safety, and the Trailblazer doesn't go deep enough to spot them both.
Santai. Nafas.
Oh, they reposition aggressively forward here. Just jumping, seeing if he can spot anything. Knows that Mind Freak's going to be playing up on top of that box, but Mind Freak not given the time of day, not given the opportunity. Not going to be peeking out.
Please.
If he spots a pixel out of place, Leaf could absolutely devastate, and he has. Forsaken, dead, lockdown, now online. And there's the investment. Sent through the paint shells, they've been committed.
Dapat nggak ya?
Can't just send those through. They have a tiny little corner to try to tuck away in, but that's going to have them all corralled together, and Leaf finds himself a second kill. Something now, dead, swing forward, Divine Mind Freak answering back, Divine bringing another Jing! Closes out the last 2 kills!
Yes!
Lockdown beatdown to Paper X. They stand their ground
Come on,
together.
G. Come on, Jason.
And they keep
Come on,
themselves
Jason.
in this
Come on,
map.
Jason.
There's nobody but Paper Rex. I thought that round was done. I thought, again,
Gua kira
they're
udah
going to
kelar,
bind.
anjing.
Great shots from Leaf. That angle he takes to give himself that lockdown. Then he finds a second onto something. Able to just see over the lip of the sight. But Jing so snappy.
Nice.
And now you got a showstopper for Jing. Now you got an opportunity to do some damage. The economy here for both teams.
Overtime lah.
A little bit
Please.
starting
Please
to
banget ini
dwindle
mah.
for the side of G2. Paper X is in the gutter.
Oh, Forsaken. Ready for the push. G2 not going to give it to him here. Trailblazer instantly cleared over by A. By just sending a pop flash, trying to make his exit. Leaf in the meantime, swinging out wider here on the site, seeking target. Showstopper now.
Oh, YOLO.
The chase through.
Oh,
Jing
YOLO.
Leaf going to be taken down. Forsaken trying to hold
wake up
through
lo.
a bang.
YOLO.
Prowler cleared out, but the
Alah.
paranoia now going to be invested. Just spamming here into the corner. Nearly finds the shot, but can't quite make it happen.
Kalau ke blind gitu.
Trent 27 still going to be alive.
Santai,
The
Bang.
plant comes in on a C.
Trying to set up for this. Coming from a bunch of different angles. Love these retakes from G2.
2 on the site. Caught the cloak, rotating back around.
Alhamdulillah.
Nobody else to try to play off the door. It's just going to be basically a full send through Waterfall. Mind Freak looks to try to hold the line, pushes out, finds the first. Confirm presence on the rest. He's decayed down to one. Waiting for his moment. Trying to TP out, but Jonah takes him down. Swing onto the corner though. Jing still standing here alongside the Divide.
Nice! Nice bang! Good job. Santai, chillot.
Three-piece for the race, Paper Rex. Themselves also up to double digits. Two more rounds for overtime.
Deja vu, guys. Sorry.
And timeout for G2.
Yeah, and G2 has been giving up a little bit of extra space. I mean, part of it is also that in the round before this, the util from Jason from Forsaken was really good. And he was able to kind of clip 2 players with that breach fault line and buy some space to get them their plants. But the change up from Paper Rex that I'm liking is they're not over pushing. They're starting to hold angles. They're starting to funnel players of G2 into choke points and take them down. They're doing a good job of accounting for the lurks that are being attempted by G2.
Please.
That time they tried to send 2 in towards B pillars, but it's red at least by Forsaken, and that causes the wrap where they have to try to go through Waterfall. G2 feels like if Forsaken's there,
dari awal
you know, this flank
Nggak tahu,
we won't get what we
G2
want to out of it, so let's just try for a
gini.
death ball retake of sorts, and it doesn't work out because now Paper X is starting to really hold the line nicely once they get this spike plant down.
G2 looking to fight back, looking to put an end to this one, take us over to Bind. So get focused up on that final map. Paper X can continue to persevere. See the purchase coming through. Money's a bit all over the place here for G2.
Same with Paper X. I mean, they have to invest in a Guardian and an Outlaw. That Outlaw for something could.
I mean, he knows that they're going to be half arm on the other side.
Exactly.
Or at least heavily suspects it. They could buy all the way down for it, but with the weaker weaponry, very much is expecting to be able to get some one-taps here. And do they give him the time of day? Jonah P, once again, sat back here at stairs. Ping comes down. Paper X cognizant.
Just expecting another one of those hidden players around a corner. It's going to pop out and kill him. This time, Jonah P's pushed a little bit further back.
Smoke coming through. Paranoia. Oh, they get the stun in. There's the push up into the smoke, and Jing able to take him down. And Pesky by for now dealt with. Swing forward here onto the side. Divide by one, but Icy catching a nice timing. Swings around the opposite side. Headshot through. Brings it back into a 4v4.
It's a good pivot, but it's being read well by G2.
TP forward in towards B. Nope, canceled. A little bit of util exchanged here onto the B side.
Right.
King going to be expiring. Jing taking some very aggressive space. But he's only able to find one. Showstopper now here from Icy. Spotting out something, but only gets a smattering of damage. Cannot confirm that kill. And Icy tagged down to 15. Boombot right into his face. Manages to clear that one out. Something he wants to play this aggressively. And I can't believe that he's going for it. Leaf manages to put him down. Now a 2v3. Top of the spike, some spray across, swing out, Forsaken, gone to the fuse, being held, paint shells in, and Leaf will get the final kill. G2, the timeout works a treat. They take down Paper Rex unload, it's 13-10 back from G2, not allowing Paper Rex to push this all the way into OT. Now Bind,
good game.
The final map to determine who's going to be walking away victorious, who's
Next
going to
round,
stay in the upper bracket.
Fuck.
Bro, I can't see shit without my glasses, so if one of them shit talking me, can one of you let me know?
I never see anyone because my monitor is so high.
Oh no, I just want to know to smile.
Yo, Nate, Jing just stood up.
That's the one guy I wouldn't believe. Forsaken I can believe if I something in Jing are like
Gue tadi mau ngapain ya?
I've waited my whole
Pas
career
ya?
to get revenge on these guys, bro. The emotions are gonna make me insane. That's for sure.
Asli. Round kedua ini G2 rapi anjing mainnya. Speed gitu.
Is there something on your mind that's hard to
Wait.
like
Kembali
a
guys.
cold? Am I the one that makes you cry? Or keeps you so high? There's no coming down. I lose myself when
Oh, gua mau ngeklaim game. Halo, siapa yang lihat nonton saya? Thank you udah mau nonton. Love you. Gua tahu sih sebenarnya. Tapi nggak tahu ini bener apa enggak. Kalau bener bagus. Nothing I can say but love you.
Everything was just a lie. I think it's hard to like a ghost.
Salah. Halo, this is my new character, guys. Halah. Is that good or bad, guys? We waiting from waiting next round. PRX guys. Trust me, this is PRX win. PRX, please, they nice guys. Commit lah, please, come.
And G2 manages to fight back, and we're going to map 3. Welcome back, everyone. Goldenboy here, along with Mimi, as well as Kakuka. And guys, I mean, G2 showing that resiliency yet again. And even though PaperX were really getting close there for a minute, because Jing was doing some magic, G2 managed to pull one through, which was big for them.
Yeah, I think G2 came in with another good game plan, and in this map, well, I think PaperX's comp caught up with them a little bit. They're playing this double duelist, single controller composition with not a ton of initiator utility, which means they really have to be kind of focusing on like these just contact rounds. They kept on trying to go into these kind of late 4-1 executes, and I think G2 did a really good job of picking their timings on when to re-clear space, so they always knew where PaperX was headed in these late rounds.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, it also helps that you get both pistols and you're able to convert both bonuses, right? That gives you a lot of leverage, but the way that they were playing, especially on the later rounds when they moved onto the defense, and the way that they were retaking time after time, they knew when to give up the space and just be like, okay, you know, take the spike, plant the spike, we'll save all the utility and just fought you on the retake.
And this was their same idea they had on Split, but I think the biggest contrast is they picked their timings to actually be fighting forward and play on site more, and critically, they were shooting.
Valorant is an FPS game.
It's an FPS game, it's a gun game. Wise Man once said that, but Trent and Valen, I think those guys were stepping up. We saw some rounds from Elite, and on the contrast for PaperX, they were getting away with a lot less of the crime that they were committing on Split with these like individual hero rounds.
Yeah.
There was also some moments that they were pissing me off a little bit. It's the kind of
much like Neon in that respect.
It's the kind of PaperX moments where they miss the utility, don't clear the corners, something goes forward, dashes in, but then Mindfreak paranoias him. It's like those kind of moments. You're just like, so good. Like, how is this happening?
The round where
So
like they're
consistent.
trying to clear through the revolving door and then they just don't dog close left and a player gets
And
a
they
2K
don't
from
clear
there.
it.
Rounds where they're trying to like,
Yeah.
even the final round of the game where they're trying to pivot back into B late, but they never had a lurker. They never had that map control. And then they play full off-site into post plant. Just these mistakes for Paper Rex. There's games where they have good enough individual form that it doesn't catch up with them. And there are games like this where they lose the map because of them.
We were praising Forsaken for his flexibility, and in this map, don't get me wrong, he did good, but on the kills department, my man was not shooting.
He was doing what he needed to do with his
He was-
utility.
Yeah,
Dia
but still,
utility-nya
it was like
bagus,
not
tapi
enough.
killnya
And I feel like
kurang ini.
maybe in a different composition where things are not as straightforward, is easier to find different solutions to the problems that you find.
Not completely fair, but you know what though? Icy had a big game, and this is what G2 needed. And I think that G2 has definitely needed to find that next gear, because I was worried about them coming out of that split game, because you know, you look at the score line out of that one and how it started out and even how it ended, it was not pretty for G2 at all. And I think the guard of old or even G2 of old would have crumbled under that situation. But this is clearly showing that this squad, when they're put through the work, they know how to step up. And Icy was that guy this game for them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also complicated, right? Because if you just look at this game from the outside and you look at the duelist department, it's complicated to make a comparison because it's a 2v1 and always in that situation, they're always going to be coming at you. And you making that shiny play is not always going to be even an option, especially after round, I believe it's 4, where everything turns into chaos and he off-strand, and you know, probably mentally many people wouldn't have been able to recover from that, but Icy did.
And that's the real contrast between these two teams. Paper Rex is a squad about their individuals, about how they game plan to set up these guys to frag. G2
Let's
is a
go,
team that is
Jason.
very much about the collective.
ini mapnya
And that's
Jin.
what got them
Let's
the win on
go.
Lotus. But the
JJ.
streaks, it's not done yet. They still have to go to
JJ.
Bind. However, this is a map that I actually had some confidence in G2 on. I think they were great in Americas.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna say, I don't want to say that there's a chance here, because honestly, like, there's a chance either way. I mean, these two teams, you know, they're here for a reason, right? Representing their regions. Paper X #1 seed, and G2, you know, coming into this one with a lot of hype. But Bind has been good for G2.
Yeah, I mean, they're the only team to have beaten 100 Thieves on this map, who is otherwise undefeated here back in Americas. However, for all the positivity you can kind of bring up for G2, this has always been a map that has been a stronghold for Paper X. I think of their performances in Madrid. They're still playing that same comp with this double initiator and the harbor, and I think the way that, especially on their attack sides, they entry and they vary up the harbor utility to give so many different looks. It's a super disruptive style, and they're so good at it.
Yeah. Well, what's the game plan then here if you're G2 in this situation? Is it the same as what it was in maps 1
I think
and 2?
the retakes are working. Why would you stop with that? Especially, well, now they're starting on the attack, so.
Sure, but on the defense, I think retakes are a lot harder, especially over towards B. It has to be more so using your util to disrupt, especially in this comp with a lot of mollies. However, they are starting on that attacking side, where I think G2 have some really good protocols on this map. You'll see them play a lot of these slower rounds where they're kind of like 3-1-1-ing, sending
Mereka
this
semua
Sky Gecko
memainkan-
combo into one area of the map and taking
memainkan
early space, and then
anunya.
late round pushing into that.
Anunya.
I think the biggest key to
Main
success
hero,
here
main
is
agennya.
really stopping Paper X from going for their aggressive pieces in the mid round that they really like to do with this comp.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, something probably locking one of the sides with the operator, if he's even able to get those credits in, but I'm looking at Forsaken and some redemption here for him.
Oh boy, well folks, it's map 3. Let's see how this one works out. Can G2 get that revenge on Paper X, continue their run in the upper bracket? One final time, let's send it back over to the boys. It's Achilles and Paper Thin for the call.
Come on, guys.
Thank you very much. Yes, here we go on map 3 to decide which team is going to be sticking around in that upper bracket, and which one's going to be falling down, losing one of their lives here in this tournament, be one step closer to being eliminated from it. Is it the Pacific powerhouse of Paper Rex, or is it going to be G2? A very solid rally back here from G2, both on that opening map of Split. Also, they're on Lotus. How do they fare now, going up against Bind?
And G2 looked so good on this map against Team Heretics. 13-6, just absolutely destroyed them. So certainly, all eyes going to be on G2 as they have a great opportunity to upset Paper Rex, send them down to lowers, and get themselves further ahead in this tournament. Or going to be grabbed for Paper Rex with a 3-2 split, or not a 4-1 split, excuse me. This is a strong side.
Expecting that push out here off the rip. Instead it was going to be Showers, as Mindfreak just backpedaling. Icy taking some forward space here. Quick little jump peek. Something catching a glimpse, but so far, no connections on these shots. Spike being held just in front of the teleporter as Trent will go ahead and take that across. And now Forsaken tagged up. Down to 13, having to make his exit. Icy will get caught up. Mindfreak able to find that kill. Takes him down, gives the man advantage over here to the side of Paper Rex, but Plant's going to be coming through. G2 very much entrenched in this double push. Coming through, Forsaken finding one.
Aduh, Bang Jason.
Take it down. Leave a little spray across. Jing going to be tagged up a bit. Falls to 50.
One hit doang.
Heal's not available from Devi here in the pistol.
Got a couple smokes though.
Ada Ilya.
Dizzy at the ready. Wingman as well online.
Do what usually use.
Little bounce out. Nothing to be spotted. Jonah just sat here on top of the spike just about.
Let's go.
Trent wants to offer up some covering fire there from Hookah.
Oh, Jonah P.
Just sat here.
Check, please, being serious, guys.
Poison for now. The push forward. There's the first one. Trent getting Jing as well. Wingman going to be cleared out. Jonah P re-wrapping around through two. Cuts back. Looking for his timing. Looking for his moment.
Bang.
Now is all on Devi. He doesn't know which way to look.
Huh?
G2 taking
Awal yang buruk
another
sih, Bang.
pistol.
They're just
Forsaken
so
pistol
good
run
at mid-rounding
100%
right
win
now.
rate loh.
They are keeping Paper Rex guessing and not giving them opportunities to do much against these post plants. I mean, Jonah P the whole time tucked in right by the tube. So snappy. Yeah, there are a couple good kills for Paper Rex. But these pistols are starting to get worrisome for the side of Paper Rex. And Alex is definitely starting to get frustrated. After such a hot start on Split, it looked like this was going to be all Paper Rex all day, but G2 fighting back. Just amazing resilience.
You think back to the words of them, talking about coming into this series, saying, yep, we played against them in the past, but we're a much more mature team. We've learned a lot.
Biar voice comnya seru
They are
Pak.
putting that
Ya, kita
on full
nonton
display
voice com by
round after round.
Ayolah.
Dominant these pistols so far across the series.
Bang.
4-1. Wingman leading the charge, looking for the plant. Drop down out of Hookah with Dizzy. Blind does greet them, but that's going to be the interrupt. As quite a bit of damage goes across here. Forsaken and Something both tagged up. Good early
Bang
damage
Jason jangan
found.
trolling lah, Bang Jason.
Side across, they try to find that kill, but Jing going to be taken down.
Aduh,
Alan pushing his way forward into
kenapa,
the site,
Rek?
able to collect 2 kills. Something
Rek, kenapa,
one more as a
Rek?
parting gift, but widely the weaponry going to be carried forward.
Okay.
Just grabbing up the Bulldogs here. As G2 start things off 2-0.
They bait out the util really nicely. They get a lot of flashes, a lot of mollies thrown at the front entrance there outside of Garden, and they just absorb all of it. They just wait it out, and then they take their turn. Use that mosh that cuts through the tube to clear out Jing. He was stuck. They had so many players identified by the time they were ready to make their execute. They just do a great job pushing through, knocking players down. And a buy round here for Paper Rex. Starting to feel like they can't afford to drop any more of these. Forsaken has to use the cascade to get out, stuck in the corner.
Sends it, decent damage dealt, but Jonah just gonna go ahead and be able to push Trent back up to 100 here. Boom about to go ahead and check forward. Leaf clears that out. Pain shells now to try to dissuade. Blast pack to create some extra distance here, and Jing just gives up on trying to defend in lamps. Space handed over here to G2. A lot of respect being shown. As now the TP across. Something forward here at the shower. Flash at the ready. It's going to be a delayed pop on that one, but Something still able to find the first one. Now Mindfreak
Itu
getting
dia,
involved.
santai, masih 2.
Picks off Trent.
Sisa 3.
It's huge.
Smoke as Valen going to try to lurk his way forward. Mindfreak is reading this.
Smoke's down. He is. They're expecting another layer to this.
This is where the spike is at. Could just rotate back around towards the front if the rest of the team are able to open things up. And Mindfreak does pull off the angle for a brief little moment, but continues to have his sights trained over on Showers. Wingman checking back over here on the site. Leaf going to be stunned up. Mosh creating some additional space as Valen starts creeping his way forward.
Kontak yuk, Mindfreak. Ron. Let's go, Ron.
5 seconds remaining.
Kontak, Ron. Aduh,
Tree is
Ron.
looking great. Valen just swings the corner blind. Takes out Mindfreak. Jing dead at the same time on the opposite side. As Leaf comes up with that kill. But Goombot now scouting across. Something having to talk back in. Valen, another shot, another kill.
Wow.
Something
Ilyas.
just trying to delay.
Ilyas
at the ready. He's going to try to go.
Ngapain Ilyasan?
That utility hand, but Devi is still opened up to clean things
Nice
up.
cover,
but
Devi.
he's the only one standing.
Nice
G2 wrestle all of these guns out of their hands.
And it's just great awareness here from Paper Rex to understand that there could be a rotation through that teleporter, and they need to maintain Shower's control. And even though they end up losing it, and it looked like maybe this round was not going to go their way, that ult bought enough time for Devi to come in and finish the round, but
it's also gone.
It was costly. Yes, exactly, Achilleos. It was costly for Paper Rex.
You see the ults available now to the side of G2. Valen with that orbital strike online. Trent with his own Thrash. Something cutting across the opposite side, getting himself flush with his teleporter door. As the Thrash, he's trying to avoid the timing on it, but he cannot get the punish. Icy. The covering fire, looking gorgeous. Quick clear there on the Dizzy, but Pain Shell's lobbed in. Divide, overwhelmed, taken down. TP now, double push. Icy just sat the opposite side here. Off the smoke, and Jing goes right up into his crosshair. Mind Freak, dead, absolutely screwed. Somehow Jing got the Ravens kill. But that doesn't even matter.
No.
It is Forsaken, now all on his lonesome. Wasn't finding that impact on the previous map. So far, it's a very rocky start here for Paper Rex. That shot across, Jonah P gonna be taken down, but there's so much more work to be done in the paint. The snake bite will hold him at bay.
Just don't think he has time for this.
No, he's dwindling. He'd have to kill them all in rapid succession. Instead, looks like maybe just wants to try to deal as much damage as he possibly can, but Leaf will be left standing here at the end. 3 players alive. Cash starting to build up here for G2 as they move up 3-1.
I mean, you can see that Paper Rex is once again trying to take these individual fights one by one, and G2 so happy to let them do that. You know, okay, something goes for the unexpected positioning there off the back of the high tide. Fine, that one's okay, but then you keep trying to challenge this angle, and then Mind Freak gets stuck inside of showers, and he knows he's dead.
Yep.
And it's just really, really awesome stuff from G2. The way that they're just happy to let Paper Rex try to play the Paper Rex style and punish it every single time. And now you gotta figure out what you can do differently here. I'd like to see maybe a little bit more of what we saw early on, just playing for space, not playing for early aggression, early kills, early trades, because on Lotus as well, the first kills went heavily in favor of G2, and that was a real death sentence for Paper Rex.
Well, rocky start in the early timeout call. Opportunity given, of course, to G2, though, to just take away their own observations, what they've seen, what Paper Rex has been trying to do in these opening rounds, and then just continue to really compound and layer the anti-striding on top of it.
Yep.
It's like a stinger here for Jing, Showstopper. They're in his back pocket. Let's see if that comes into play here in this round. For now, 3-2 fan out from Paper Rex. A 4-man stack outside of showers here for G2. Feel like they want to maybe just up the tempo.
Right here.
Push over, try to get those orbs online, because they hand this over to Jonah Pete. That would be the Seekers ready to go.
They're going to try to push this space, and this isn't going to fool, I don't think, G2 at all.
Just the push. Forsaken able to find one, tucks into the corner, sends down that cove. They're trying to play a little bit more elusively in the Dizzy now. It notes him and takes him down. Trent able to play off that one. Showstopper now through, and they're so ready for it. Trent instantly headshotting him. Jonah P, he does end up falling. This is still significant damage dealt. You look at their HP bars now. Locked within the teleporter room. The spike now getting ready to be planted. And Defy all on his lonesome. Recovered Phantom, see if he can try to deal any ounce of damage. A couple shots there on the Leaf. The bite lobbed in, forcing him even further back within the confines of this prison.
Please guys,
time is ticking.
Please banget. Please banget.
Nothing more realistically for Defy to do other than to try to take some of these weapons away. Force them to buy once again, but G2, they are stagnant, they are statuesque, they are not looking to move a muscle. And on the swing out, he will finally fall. 4-1.
Please banget,
G2 continuing this upward trajectory.
Yeah, I mean, it's an attempted crunch play from the side of Paper Rex, but it just takes a little bit too long to get going. By the time that Jing decides to TP through and go for the showstopper, it's already over. He's a little late. They try to use the Trailblazer to set him up, and look, they're just waiting. They know. That Trailblazer came through, and they're like, we know they're coming in. And they're just so aware of all these trap plays, all these aggressive maneuvers that Paper X is trying to make. And shutting it down so well is G2.
Get the showstopper out of him. Something now. Picking up a judge, sat over at Hookah, but it's a lot of attention paid towards this A site here by G2. Once again, just 4 players moving forward. Now the Thrash back online for Trent. Building these up so very rapidly.
I've got your trail.
All going up towards him, diving to the back, looking for that detain, and it has been found. Gets a spot on both Mind Freak taken down. Forsaken just backpedaling. Reckoning is at the ready, but realistically, do you think you can even try to make this one happen? Dizzy over the top, blind onto a couple players, but G2 now getting themselves into some solid post-plant positions.
Scout destroyed.
Seekers of chase, Trailblazer cleared. Rash back online, there's the Reckoning now coming through. It's the Fish this time, not gonna be able to get much done. Push up here, just not aware to buy, take it down. The Judge does get some value as something. Cleans up one. Forsaken now noted. The challenge coming through. Trying to be able to find that kill. And something swings forward onto a short. He gets taken
what happened,
down.
Guys? What the
one
fuck?
by one they fall. One by one. These rounds get racked up for G2.
And off the rip, Paper Rex is playing back, expecting these ults. But that gives enough space to get the Thrash right out of Showers and connect onto Mindfreak. And it's a good attempt by Forsaken to try to use the Cove to save him, but it comes up just a half a second too late. Oh man. Frustration now for Alex. And then Paper X just gets completely caught up inside a link.
Why
He's
always
trying to get through.
when
The
I
Seekers are
watch
there,
a
all the
stream,
info is there.
I will lose, bro. Huh?
It was Reed.
Yeah,
when
they just know.
I
They know where
even
the
I
aggression
don't care
is
about
gonna be
the
coming out. They know
tournament.
where the aggression is going to be coming from.
Also, he wins.
Forsaken.
I don't know.
Setting
It's
up a
maybe
wall,
I'm
setting up a
cursed or
code, dropping
something.
down, but
Fuck.
I mean, he's got this Bucky in hand, but
Gonna
he is
hurt
just
me,
dead
bro.
to
What the
rights.
fuck?
Everything, disjointed everything, falling to pieces as G2 continue to just read them like an open book.
They're brilliant right now. They are so on top of Paper Rex. I love this. You have a showstopper still for Icy as well. If things get dangerous, a couple stingers here for Paper Rex, but they just cannot do anything right. Every time a player is found, there's util to shut them out by G2, make their lives that much easier.
Kenapa ya pas gue nonton tuh pasti Skala aja yang gue dukung anjing.
Waiting for the
Giliran
spike
gue
to
yang
erupt.
kagak peduli bahkan
Nothing
kagak
else to be
nyadar
done.
kalau
It's going to be a
ada
flawless here from G2.
pertandingan.
It would seem
Menang
as, yep,
anjing.
Jing unable to trade that one out.
Kutukannya
Devi
gua,
will find
anjing.
one, so flawless not obtained, but Devi still taken down. Leaf narrowly escaping the blast radius. 6-1 on the attack side from G2 already. This is just devastation.
It is, and they've already forced out a timeout from Paper Rex. There's already been one taken. So, you know, now Alex has to rely on his players to kind of figure themselves out. But it's been a struggle. I mean, 2-7 Jing, 2-7 Mindfreak, 3-7 Forsaken, 5-7 something, 4-5 Devi. I mean, the gunners here, the shooters for Paper X are just getting smothered with util, not able to really find opportunities to shoot back. And even when they do, they don't seem to be able to connect nearly as cleanly and as efficiently as G2 has. Sure, you've got an op for something on the Gecko. And I think G2 here pretty aware that they have to be a little bit more cautious reading the economy of Paper Rex, knowing that they want to get to that op as soon as possible.
Boombot out, something's backing away, but we get tagged by it. Wants to try to keep this operator obscured, but he just ends up beating the damage, misreading how the Boombot was going to bounce.
It's just everything falling apart right now for Paper Rex. These little mistakes, so impactful. Losing that much health at the beginning of the round forces you to play a little bit more defensive usually.
Dizzy over the top, quick clear, showstopper coming through. Forsaken able to get a catch, does intercept Jonah P. As Showers, Icy wanted to try to clear it, and clear it he has. It's a little bit of damage there onto himself, but it's the kill that he was looking for. Mindfreak gonna be taken down. Thrash on the hunt, nothing getting spotted. Jing trying to push up over top of this mosh, trying to disrespect it, trying to find a timing. They are prepared for it, they hear him coming, they deal with it swiftly. Forsaken with another one. Second kill here in the round. Taking down the opposing Rays, but there's still so many entrenched players, and Leaf is one of them. Picks off the Vi. The Showers pitch, still gonna have to be a concern, and now the pit invested just to ensure success. Capital the spike, Forsaken bound, Leaf on with 3 and something, just needing to drift away, to hold on to this operator, to hold on to any ounce of hope that he can. G2 not stopping, not showing mercy, 7-1.
Just amazing stuff. You know, G2 gets into these post plants and they're so tricky. They're so patient. They have that Showers angle. They've got a couple in U-Haul. Paper X tries to clear U-Haul. They can't. You know, and you have something, yes, watching with the operator, and there, I believe, it's going to be another timeout coming from Paper X. We have seen this from Alex this year. But man, oh man, They're so snappy. They're just always so ready for these pushes. You know, Jing tries to push through the mosh, they're ready. Try to swing a corner, they're ready. It's incredible how quickly, after such a rough start, that G2 has figured themselves out.
I mean, credit to just all of the players, the coaching staff at the moment, because the prep work coming into this one was looking gorgeous. The calling from Talon to get them into this position, up by 6 rounds. It is just gorgeous to watch. And reading Paper X in the past for teams, it's been a struggle. It's kind of like trying to read the Odyssey, the Iliad in Latin. Right now, it looked like, you know, the Hungry Caterpillar.
Yeah.
Very simple, very easy.
Yeah, James and the Giant Peach. You know, like, something a little bit easier for sure.
This is not something that we are used to seeing whatsoever.
And it's just like every time that Paper X tries to make an aggressive move or something, it's accounted for, it's dodged by G2. And they have their util ready to counter it. Like the protocols that Mimi was talking about on the desk have been really, really good for G2. They're so reactive, and it's been so impressive on this map. And it has to start here for Paper X. It feels like, I mean, your economy's in the dumpster, you're growing bulldogs, half armors, and you're losing opening trades.
Icy just drifting back, Jing dead off the rip. The aggression once again, not finding success, and Forsaken continuing to try to hold steady out here in the open. Clears out on the Trailblazer, just backing away. He is alone on this site, so rotation has to come through. Devi moving over to try to reinforce that position at B.
Oh, but they get everybody. They get everybody except Mindfreak to go. And they get util out of the side of Paper X. It's so good here from G2. They're playing such a smart, disciplined game right now.
And they're very aware of the space that they've given up. Icy just going to go creeping forward and clear that angle there for Trent. Now get ready to turn his sights back over in towards B. But they know exactly what space they've surrendered. They know exactly where Mindfreak could be. Wall now coming up. Mosh into the back. Forsaken just setting up the cove. Gets himself up on top of 2. Something's going to start counter-rotating back over to A. It looks like they're anticipating this pressure to pivot, but G2, they're just cutting comms. They're cutting noise.
Yeah, and Mindfreak should be able to relay the information over, but it's too late.
Paint shell right there at Forsaken's feet. An immense amount of damage going to be found, and he cannot come up with anything on the back end. No kills found. Now a 5v2, and given the op in play, just going to have to go for a save unless Mindfreak can pull off a miracle and start opening things up here outside of Hookah. But now he's been spotted. Swing out wide. Jonah P saying, you know what? You like the wide swing? Here's how it feels. Shot gonna whiff, and something now noted. Gonna go on the run, and look at the hunt coming through here. The rallying call from G2. They want this operator out of his hands.
Oh, he's screwed. There's no way.
Take some fancy sniping, but he's not even gonna get that single shot in. Fallon delivers the headshot, the death blow. Is everything Paper X do? None of it is sticking.
No. Every time they try something a little bit different, there's just so many players. That flash maybe went a little too deep as well from Devi.
30 seconds left.
They're just so clean, so aware right now. Being so patient, getting util out.
Singular, they had 4 there.
And it's awesome to see. And the heartbreak on Alex. You know, they knew coming into this tournament how important, how good of an opportunity they might have to potentially finally get a win, not just for themselves, but for Pacific. And G2 was having none of it.
Certainly not. Crash into the back, going to be dodged out. But an immense amount of space given up here to G2 as the plant gets ready to come in. Forsaken on the corner, doesn't want to try to swing out and clear it. The answer is going to be yes, but he cannot. Instead, it's just going to be Icy taking his head clean off. A minor amount of damage found there, but Leaf boosted up over the top. Able to spot out Jing. Strikes him down. Molly coming through. Mindfreak with a nice little one tap. Will be able to find that elimination, so Leaf goes down. Damage across on the Jonah. Push up in the smoke. Icy finds himself another defuse started, interrupted. The Molly to buy further time. Devi and Mindfreak with everything to do. Mindfreak does manage to find 3, but catches a stray, swinging back in towards the site, and now it's all on Devi. A little bit of damage found. He cannot stabilize the spray. Cannot find that extra little kill.
Come on,
G2 9-1.
And they're doing to Paper Rex. What Paper Rex did to them on the first half of split right now, just absolutely rolling. I mean, Icy so good on the point on this site.
Not even. I would disagree with you there because in that, G2 were fighting back. A lot of those rounds were close. We saw how inconsistent the economy was from Paper Rex. This is a complete dismantling. We're not seeing really any fight back from the side of PRX.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, Mind Freak there in that round with the Guardian got 3 kills, but you know, these plays just aren't working, and they're getting aggressive again. They're going to use the Cove and a bunch of flashes, but they're ready. They're playing anti the
opener.
What the fuck? Hey, what's wrong with you guys?
Just
Hello?
throw whatever you have at me. I will bear through
guys.
it. I will shut you down.
Oh, shit. Apa sih?
They played anti the whole way, Achilleos. As soon as that Cove came out, everybody just backed around the corner and waited. And those blinds caught basically no one on G2. And Icy, these last couple rounds, has been cold.
Living up to the name. What a breakout year for this guy. Absolutely astounding. And Jing now just trying to see if he can find some value. Picks up 2 kills. Starting to work his way forward here towards the site, see if he can fish for a little bit more, try to take away some of these weapons, but it matters not. The cash, the damage is already dealt. G2.
Fuck offline.
With only one more round to be played out in the half.
No hope.
There's no real damage that you could deal. The showstopper's already online.
And the economy's gone again for Paper Rex. Continuously on these ecos. So he has to save this Vandal. So they can afford a little bit extra coming into this final round of the half. But just look at the way they play it, they just wait it out, and then just great repeaks from Icy. And then he's using his util so well to just smother Mind Freak in that corner. Boombot into the blast pack, just making it so difficult for their opponents. G2, man, they are so strong on this map. Then they obliterated Heretics, and now they're about to obliterate Paper Rex as well.
Fairly different fashion. It's looking like, again, more aggression to be had as Showstopper over the top. Not going to be able to find the kill, and Trent turns back, finds one. Icy taken down by Forsaken, but then he's traded out. Balin coming away the elimination. Teleporter used to get themselves out away from this orbital strike to safety, but Seekers still chasing, and Leaf doesn't swing the angle. B site now opened up, plant coming through, back site. The man advantage once again here for G2. They even have the thrash for this post plant.
Oh yeah, monster on the loose.
Sent to check, scouting around the back of elbow. Nothing going to be spotted there. Trailblazer forward. Just suss out Jonah P forward at 2.
Oh, Valen.
Just holding the smoke, ready for it to fall. Something does manage to find the headshot, brings it back into parity, but time is still getting away from them. They have to get themselves onto the site here if they want the second round. Mind Freak with 1. Jonah P trying to stay alive. As that is going to be the cleanup coming in. They have to wait out the orbital. Get themselves in onto the spike. Time going to be close, but I believe they just have it here. And that's going to be Paper Rex finding themselves with a second round win. A 10-2 in the half. G2 so far out in front.
Yeah, the guns come alive at the very end here for Paper Rex, but it's hard to imagine that that's enough. It's hard to imagine that 2 rounds is going to get them over the line. Even as good as they can be on their attacker side. It's so impressive what G2 is able to accomplish.
Comebacks of this magnitude, just rare sights for us. This one here becoming more and more common as this map continues onward. There we are at the half. We'll have the analyst desk break down the action for the first half.
Well, here's the thing. We tried to tell you that G2 is pretty darn good on bind, and that's exactly what happened. 10-2.
Yeah, the read that they've had on Paper Rex throughout this one is incredible. Paper Rex, I think, playing a lot of these rounds where they're trying to like hard anchor on site and fight forward, and these G2 executes with this double initiator composition have really been on point.
Yeah, exactly. And if we take a look at some of those rounds, we were talking about maybe a little bit of this uncoordination on the side of Paper Rex, but as the defense was going on with all the utility that they have under it, everything is so out of place time after time, and that only it's feeding even into G2's confidence.
Yeah, and Icy has continued his momentum from the second map of this series. Yeah, I mean, he's been set up so well on these executes. These Gecko Sky combos just haven't really been broken consistently by Paper Rex, which means he's able to run them over on the site, and then G2 with this really heavy molly comp late round is winning every post.
I love the fact that he's feeling so comfortable and so confident. So many openers in so many rounds that you're saying, so very well set up. I feel like also Trent is doing a great job. But to me, the biggest highlight has to go to Valiant. Like the read that they have on them, how they're reacting to every single thing that Paper Rex is trying. Yes, we're going to the attack now, but honestly, mentally, how can Paper Rex still be here?
The one round they went for an aggressive play, G2 was ready, tucked from the flash combo, then broke the dizzy, swung back in and dominated them. G2 is playing incredible right now, and their composition is great on defense. Watch the way that they're going to use these mollies to perma-stall out any A execute that Paper Rex wants to throw at them. If they want to make a comeback happen and stay in the upper bracket, they need to make a massive comeback, and it has to start on this pistol round.
Not a lot of people had G2 absolutely shredding on their bingo cards. Let's see how this plays out. Send it back over to Seth, as well as Paper Thin.
Thank you very much. Let's see if they can find that run back, if they can find some of that bite that we were seeing from them on that first map. Now, it's not looking likely.
Exactly. It feels like they're just not quite in sync yet on this map, or on the, even on Lotus, it didn't look quite as coordinated as we're used to seeing from them. Jing able to take U-Haul control. He's got a shorty.
Dizzy Blind coming through, but Icy ready. Right click to shut it down. The shorty, no value whatsoever. Plant gonna be found. Limited util now. Wingman, flash. To try to hold these lines. Forsaken lurking forward, plays anti-flash to Dizzy coming through, tries to push up into the smoke, is able to find one. Mind Freak coming away with another. But now a 2v3, the man advantage. Equalized now. So Wingman pushes forward, gets in to start that defuse, and the clicks coming in from Icy just look absolutely gorgeous. The lob-in on the paint shells to hold Devi at bay to find the elimination. It's a 4-piece from him. And he will not be denied. He has the victory in his sights. In his sights.
Icy is playing out of his mind. 18-7 right now, just taking rounds over. This is the duelist that G2 has been talking about, that they have been preparing us for, and now we are seeing him come alive. He is reading these plays so well. So much good util. I mean, previously with the boom bot into the blast packs, and then this round with these paint shells and the blast packs to try to buy a little bit extra space. I mean, he's so with it right now.
And a well-earned Vandal, paint shells for the check side of Lamps. Go over the top. Oh, Genius is landing on his head. Something does collect that kill, trading it back here as both raises get taken down, but spray across something. Nearly eliminated is now the teleporter having to be taken. Leaf gonna be fast to flip across to the opposite side of the map though to look to try to intercept. Got the wall raised and look at the spray. Mind Freak down to 3. A 4v4, but HP in tatters. And Mind Freak, the first line of defense here in Hookah. Plant in, flash to the back. Mind Freak still able to come away with 1. Valen quick to reply. Leaf lurking forward on the hunt, on the prowl, staying quiet. Now opens up, tries to find the shot. Forsaken come away with 1. Forsaken gets a second. Leaf now dead, and Forsaken swaps to the classic. 2 players left alive. The force bite from Paper Rex. It ends up working a treat.
And this round probably goes G2's way if Leaf doesn't beat that. That shot against something.
Guys.
This probably swings their way.
Gue dukung PRX tapi ya gimana ya? Kalau dilihat dari tadi ya.
That's supposed to land on top of the truck, and instead it landed just behind it because it bounced off of Icy. And that caused some confusion and chaos, but well, they got the win.
Messy, but a readjustment there.
It's good mid-rounding.
One step of many. You can see here, even with the full purchase, everything being invested, weaponry still going to be a little bit weak on the opposite side here. G2, 2 Sheriffs, otherwise classics. So for now, Donet just clearing out the boom bot, sending out a flash. Nothing confirmed. Orb take here for Jing to try to get the showstopper online. Quick bounce on the paint shells. Check close. He's going to enter all the way around in towards elbow. Just hold Donet at bay. Plant now going to be coming through. But look at the lurk, the long rotate here from all the rest of G2. There's no one in Hookah.
Yeah, it's gonna be tricky.
They get tagged up, they keep swinging, and eventually they are gonna be rewarded with that elimination. Wall comes up. take a peek out over towards that defender's spawn. Having seen nothing, it looks like G2 widely going to look to just sit back, go down to the spike.
Yep, try and do any damage they can on the way out.
Something is going to give them an opportunity for it. Next, the right side, the creep forward, but it's a 50-50 setup here for him to try to clear out. Spots the first one. Silent, though, is Leaf. Finds that kill, gets a dink on the Jing. Puts him down to 28, and now he's got to reroute for his own exit. Paint shell sent. It looks like he's just going to die no matter what. As the rotation's coming through from the opposite side. Icy now contained here into the corner, getting whittled away at, getting taken down. Devi will collect it. 3 players left alive. Paper Rex, they get themselves a 4th round victory.
Yeah, and sure they get the win, but it's against an eco, and it still looked a little bit labored from the side of Paper Rex. G2 really making them work for every kill, for every exit, for every moment, trying to just shut them out. Take the lights out here for Paper Rex, and yet now you've got the op, you've got the Thrash for something. Trent also has his Thrash. Economy a little bit wonky for a few members, though, of Paper Rex, as they have a Bulldog and a Spectre to make sure that they can afford this operator for something. And he's just going to try to maintain long control, but already very wise to it, it feels like.
Yeah.
RG2.
Playing back, not wanting to give him the opportunity. They know that he's very much one to pick this up. Trailblazer to go ahead and try to scout out. He's going to try to stay tucked away, but does get spotted. And the op now confirmed. Push forward the Leaf. Getting suspicious after not having heard anything. Inches forward, ends up falling. Thrash now starting to work its way up through Garden, but will get cleared out by Jonah P. They're not liking what they're not seeing over at Hookah. Everybody just cutting over here towards Long. We're going to enter in through Garden. Trent waiting, his own ult online. Showstopper goes in towards the back. Jing able to find one, but then it's going to be cut down as Trent. Comes up with 2 kills. Devi finally able to displace him as Flash for Flash coming through. But Jonah P, he's outdone Devi. Finds the elimination, then gets detained. Quick cleanup kills coming through, however, with 2 players left standing. The op recovered. Paper Rex get themselves up to 5.
Well, now they're starting to be a little more coordinated. They're starting to win some of those early battles. Those early 1v1s that have eluded them so often against G2 in these last 2 maps. That could be what they need. It could be the tide swinging a little bit, but we'll see. It's, again, a road very, very far for, feels like there's much hope for the side of Paper Rex. Okay, now they're starting to get the coordination, starting to get that speed underneath them that we're used to seeing.
Oh my god. Oh, what the hell?
They can really thrive in those high speed, high intensity moments.
Now
they're going to make a different change. They haven't really made a push towards showers just yet, so we're going to see if they can catch G2 kind of being a little too aggressive with the free space they had been given previously.
Not wanting to tap on the orb. It's going to be a slow creep up. Icy holding the line, finds the headshot. Something going to be taken out and swinging from Valen. He does it again with a singer.
Down A.
2 kills scooped up now. The man advantage here for G2. Long rotate. Going to be necessary there from Jonah P, making his way all the way across from B. Out at Fountain is Mind Freak. Catching a quick little glimpse there of Trent. Swings out a little bit more, but tag not going to be found.
Blocking fire. Got both ults here for Forsaken and Mind Freak, so a lot of delay, but Forsaken, so dangerous.
Lobbed in, Jonah on that jiggle. Forsaken now noting it, but still wary about lamps. Orbital strike. Going to be sent. No one getting caught by that.
Look at the patience.
No one far enough forward. Flash now, sent, Forsaken, looking to try to challenge, looking to try to find that kill, but there is the ult going across. There is the cleanup, Mind Freak, dead, off the detain. Forsaken now, the last one standing. The spike, unplanted. The rotate over, he'll grab it up, but shot still being spammed across. A tap, a check towards short, but it's a rotate over in the shower. Jonah now with a Phantom in hand. Teleporter gonna be taken, does he have the time for it? It's gonna be so damn close.
Oh, no.
Reckoning sent, but he's got to get the spike planted. I think he might have just been a second too late. Just a hair off as the push coming through. And there is a thrifty.
Ketebak. Bakalan kalah PRX tuh.
As G2 get themselves up to match point.
It's another mental mistake for Paper Rex that hurts so much. I mean, at least get the plant down. I mean, yes, it's looking really good for the side of G2, and this stinger for Valen.
Lagi underperform aja kayaknya mereka ini. Ya udahlah, nggak apa-apa. Masih banyak match lagi nggak sih? Baru juga pertama apa weekend.
All Alex can do at this point
Alex
is shake
kayak gue
his
anjir.
head. They
Udah kayak
are
hopeless,
one round
udahlah.
away from going
Udahlah,
down to
udahlah.
the lower bracket.
The momentum was starting to build, but just like that, a MasterCard thrifty to take it away, to get G2 up to map point, match point. Now Trent takes Jing's head off once again. Dive forward here onto the side, somebody trying to lead the charge, snapping with a headshot, manages a find, and has placed the enemy. Jonah, good for one. Showstopper in, Icy not getting that kill, but draws down with the Vandal.
Thank you
He picks up
guys.
Mind Freak, and now it is Divide. The Sultan, the uncle, the last one standing. A 1v3 clutch necessary. And right now, this is all
Minggu pertama
G2
sih, makanya lagi
has been since
penyesuaian deh kayaknya
So
mereka
much
deh.
Dewey is no util. It's just gonna have to be gunplay.
I think I'm
Meanwhile,
gonna
there's
cry,
boombots,
guys.
there's mollies for the side of
I
G2.
wanted to cry.
It has to be one of the clutches of his life for Divide.
There's just so
Brainnya
many
juga brain dead
angles
tadi orang-orang ini.
to work through.
Nggak tahu.
So many places that he has to know.
Strateginya nggak jalan.
Coming back up,
Aneh,
he's in front of it. 30 seconds now remaining. The corner checked in from Leaf, spots him. Balin immediately hightailing it back over. Look at the join in with the rest of his squad. Defy waiting on the angle. Now just has to go for the plan. Paint shell, the molly, lobbed at him. He's down to 45. Everything in the kitchen sink sent at this man to make his task impossible. The shots are found. Leaf gets the finisher.
Thank you guys yang udah
G2
nonton
get their win.
match kita kali
13-5.
ini.
They keep themselves in the upper
Nanti
bracket. They say to
oke.
Paper Rex, you asked for this. You picked us.
This from G2. Stellar performance after a rough first map. Able to bounce back and look so convincing the rest of the way through, especially on Vine.
Kan hide.
Completely delivering a knockout blow to Paper Rex.
What happened with you
Could
guys?
never recover,
Guys,
never
what the
find
fuck?
their
What's
footing.
wrong?
And this G2 team says it's not just 100 Thieves from America, as we're also a force to be
Dari
reckoned with.
semua yang gue lihat mereka semua pada mukil semua. Maksud gue defending di tahu gameplay mereka tuh kayak gitu semua. Cuman apa ya? Kayak terlalu too hard. Maksud gue ini loh guys, too rush. Terlalu maju, terlalu greedy, sumpah. Itu kalau mereka mainnya nyantai dikit, maksudnya commit gitu kan, terus stabil. Bisa itu kayak match pertama udah goyah itu waktu mau ke comeback. Match kedua juga udah mulai balik kan, tapi tetap kalah, udah kena itu. Nice try to you PRX. Hope you better on the next round maybe. Oke, thank you for watching with me. Meskipun gak ada yang mau nonton sama gua. Sayonara des. See you on the next stream. Bye bye. Sayonara des.